Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first ever Proximity Threat Championship Series. This is Proximity Threat Championship Series 1. This is hosted with XGR and Sanguis Luna. And we've got some really good racing ahead of ourselves here. I think we're going to have a really great day. I've got our pilots listed here, and I want to go over some of this, look at some of the names that we've got. We've got Fresh001 leading the pack with the fastest time at this track so far. Boltok, Billboy, Decudez, Jacqueline, Colbosa, Ricky. There are some great pilots that are going to be racing here tonight. Our wonderful location is a location out on Microtech. Let's move over to the main view right now, so you can see as our races are currently lining up. And this is a really great track. I'm here joined here today with Kalistar, the track designer. He will be joining me for some color commentary. Kalistar, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yep, Kilistar. So our track out here is near SMO 18. Call this a boondocks or just a natural landscape course, and it basically traverses through the out and over the tundra, through the snows and the trees, and up through the mountains. Basically, in a very tight proximity, low to the ground, sort of almost like a hooning track. So we're going to do a bunch of really fast single lap heats to sort of encourage people to give it their all while trying to survive. And we're probably going to see a lot of explosions and a lot of really amazing tight space racing. So I'm excited for today for sure, especially with the amount of talent that we have on the track with Fresh, Billboy, Boltok, some vets like Steve CC and Speedweed, and Gerbo Kelsar, vets to the racing community, the racing scene. So this should be really cool. We've never seen a race like this before. It's a new format, new style track for racing, at least for events. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited today. I'm going to swap us over now quickly to the guide put together by Kalistar here, and we're just gonna have a quick run through of this guide and of the track. So it's a fairly easy track to get to. If you notice here, you spawn. This is at Port Tressler. And you spawn from Port Tressler, you take off, you take a jump to SMO 18, and as you're flying to you will fly to SMO 18, and the next lineup, this is incredible work by Kalistar to find a great lineup
Yeah.
because if you take a look, oh, never mind, we're getting a commercial break, I guess, for a quick second here. Sorry, this is on YouTube, but you just end up pointing your crosshair straight at OM4, and it is such an easy track to find, and I'm really impressed and really I think it's just a great design overall. But once you fly down to OM4, you'll watch here as he starts going through the track. This is the start finish between these two rocks where you see the racers are currently lining up. Uh, and this track is very low to the ground. There's a lot of it's not so bad to go at a safe pace, but once you start really getting speed and trying to cut these corners tight, that's when you start to make this track extraordinarily dangerous. So you're watching here as Kalistar in his view, he's going around through Tricord under here, and he's following all of his track limits. And they come up, and we're gonna go through roll, pitch, dive. You gotta be very careful. These two little trees, they're your next gate. You come up in through here, and this right here, Kale. I think this is my favorite turn. This roll, pitch, dive. The way that you just curve over and then you come back down hard underneath these trees. I absolutely love doing this turn.
Yeah, the verticality to it's pretty exciting.
I think this is going to be very fun to watch as pilots go through here in a tight group. Uh, so we're going along here past these rocks through roll pitch dive, and then the next checkpoint here is called tail strike. You have to stay underneath the tree and then come back and around a nice big rock. It's not too bad once you know your line. It's fairly safe. Then we're going in through 4 bulltox. This is also a very fun turn. You come into this with so much speed, and you have to cut your speed so much and whip yourself through here to make sure that you're not gonna blow up. I find it really impressive how fast some of these pilots are able to go through with it. Uh,
I think they might be ready to send this group, Dirk.
yeah, we're getting close. These groups going. I just want to quickly get through the rest of this track guide so that our viewers are familiar with the layout of the
Okay,
track, and then we will definitely
sure.
start racing right away. So we're gonna go through here. go through 4 bull stay underneath the trees, and follow yourself along. And then again, I mean, I just about every turn on this track hill, I think they're all gorgeous. Like this next area called Evergreen Rush here, when you're coming in through this bowl, I'm just how did you go about designing this track? What was your philosophy when you were working on this?
Really, to make this to make the bowl sort of the landmark, sort of the center piece of the track, which it kind of is. The sort of arms that snake up to the bowl and down on opposing sides, which to complete the loop of the track. So having the big centerpiece was easy for visual reference of where you are, where the track is, and where you need to go, and then also just something aesthetically pleasing. This whole area is just objectively pretty on Microtech. So um, basically, the philosophy of the track was to have everybody stay as low as possible without being tedious and without being something that you were doing just for a meme. It had to feel good, flow good, and look good. So I think this track does it, and I'm excited to see the racing on it today.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Me too. As you just saw, there is a a limit that just came up called Nino's Hook. I think that is a tradition here in the racing community to name one turn after our favorite dev, who's sadly no longer set up with us. But anyways, here we're gonna now watch Bull Talk, who's one of the competitors today. This is his run through when he was first learning the track. He's even faster now than when he did this one. But you can just
Quite a
see
bit faster, yeah.
once you start getting up to speed, all these limits become even tighter and more dangerous and really really scary to get through. And that's what makes this track, I think, the most interesting. Is just the big difference between being a pilot who is going through it fast or going through it safe. It's incredible just how dangerous this track can get. I think it'll be really fun to watch all these pilots go through and just how many. We'll have a lot of explosions today. I think it's gonna. Whoever can fly the safest, I think will really. They're gonna do the best today.
I agree, and I think these first two heats are really going to show pilots what they can and cannot get away with on this track safely, because people are going to be trying frantically to pass each other with just these one lap to go to get their points. And today's racing is going to be based on a point system. So first place obviously is max points. A DNF is 0 points. So at the end here, we're going to have a prizes awarded to our points leaders and our team points leaders. And then that will determine the grids for the final two races, which are going to be 7 lap elimination style races. So it should be really exciting to see the top 8 pilots go at it in the final races here. But are we ready to launch these guys, Turn?
Just yeah, I think we can be ready to go. I just want to quickly. It'll take 2 seconds here. Go over our format so people are just aware of exactly what's going on.
Sure.
The format today is going to be 5 heats, so we can quickly go through here. Here's heat one and all their groups. There are going to be only 4 pilots max in a heat, so you're only competing against so many, and you really gain a lot of points just for finishing. A DNF is worth 0 points. So if you finish your race even in a third or a fourth place, those points are going to be very valuable towards the end. And you can see here, so this is heat one, here's heat two, and our groups in heat two, heat three, and our groups in heat three, and so on and so forth. And we can go over here. This is our final standings. We also have some team scores. So pilots have teamed up into groups of 2, and their team scores, or their scores during the heats, are combined together, and they determine whether or not they're going to win some big prizes tonight. We have a really great prize pool that's been sponsored by both Kayla Start here and also Sanguis Luna has helped put together a few. So whoever wins the heats on their own as a pilot, they are going to earn themselves a pretty big prize. Whoever wins after the final top 8 race, which will be a knockout elimination race, once all the heats are finished, they're also going to be able to win some pretty big prizes, and the teams as well. So even if if you're not eligible, or if you don't win enough so that you are going to win any prizes on your solo, if your teammate does really well, then you still have a chance to earn some big prizes under the team standings. So I think this gives a lot of room for a lot of people to win some prizes. One last thing that we have to do here before we get going to the race. Sorry, we're a little we're looking a little rushed right now, but we've just
The
got
late
all of our
start.
pilots ready to start. Um, So if we go over here, I'm going to go now to our wheel. These are all of our pilots who finished a time trial before this race event came up, and they have all been entered into a prize to win. I believe what was our time trial prize? I believe
It's the armor set.
right. It's an Aztalan armor set. So uh, it's a good pledge. Get yourself a little money towards the next pledge that you're trying to get. So let's spin this wheel, see our prize winner, and then as soon as we're done that, we'll get on to our very first heat. Spin the wheel.
Billboy said you're a little quiet on stream, Dirk.
Yeah,
You sound fine to me, but
I've
okay,
resolved it
gotcha.
now. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Billboy, there we go. Congrats, Billboy. You win the
Congrats, dude.
Aslan armor set. So there's our first prize of the day. Once we finish all of our heats, we're also going to do another prize spin of all of the pilots who are competing today, and they're all going to have a chance at winning their very own, what was it, a Mustang Gamma pledge, I believe, is what we have
Mustang
set up.
Gamma, yep.
Yeah, so after our heats are completed, before we do the top 8, we'll spin another wheel. We'll give out another prize. It's going to be great. Lots of prizes to give out at this race today. I think most people should come away with something, and I think that's a really great part about this format that we have set up now. So let's move back over to our main screen. I know our pilots are getting a little itchy to go. They've been lined up and ready to go for some time now.
Yep.
If you don't mind, Kayla Star sending a message to Socrates and let him know that we are ready to begin whenever he is. I believe he's got all of his pilots just raring to go.
Okay, let me get him a message real quick. Okay. Got that taken care of.
So this very first heat, we have the likes of Fresh, Colbosa, Ricky, and Steve. I don't believe any of these are on the same team. So sometimes what can happen is if you're on the same team, you can end up in the same heat, which is a little unfortunate because you are fighting for the same points. But that's just the luck of the draw since all these groups have been randomized.
Yep, the heats are randomized, and the teams only count for pooling their points together for eligibility for the prizes. So you're not racing for or against your teammate. You're just hoping that both of you accumulate a good number of points. And it's more for fun than anything else.
Who do you got as a favorite? Oh, they're off. Here we go.
We got a restart.
I've got Fresh as my favorite to win this, and he comes off with a really hot start. Steve is Team Easy Street. You can tell that he is Team Easy Street because he's flying it safe. Him and iMonster, their goal today is to survive every lap. We can see Fresh still at the front right now as they went through roll pitch dive, and Fresh is already down at tail strike before the next group has even reached roll pitch dive. Just really an incredible speed.
Screaming through the track here.
Oh, and he's up to 4 Boltox now. Colbosa is pretty close on his tail. He's not that far away. Fresh is coming up and over, and he's about to enter into Evergreen Rush. Oh my goodness, this is some absolute
Makes the first
speed.
limit at Evergreen Rush there really well. He's got a nice line through the rocks there through Evergreen Rush. He's going to be coming up here to a place called Blind Entry, which takes you into Nino's Hook, and we call it Blind Entry because you can't see it. God, he's making every limit here, making really good time.
Oh, we
nice
lost Colbosa. All right, I'm going to move off of Fresh here since he's got a guarantee. Colbosa's crashed himself into 4 Boltox. That is unfortunate. That is a deadly place. You are going to crash in 4 Boltox. I guarantee it.
Beautiful run, Fresh.
Fresh is already done, but Ricky and Steve are still flying through Evergreen Rush. I mean, these guys, they might be injured. I see Ricky looks like he's limping a little bit. Their goal now is definitely survive because a 3rd place is still pretty good points. Our point splits, I believe it goes 10, 7, 5, and then 2 or 3. So even just getting a 3rd place or 2nd place is really good points in this overall race. Oh, Ricky might have lost himself.
Struggling to get back down to that height limit. And Steve ended up following him and slowing down as well. Steve's going to get the overtake going through the section called Almost Done between those 2 trees. Oh, and Ricky overtakes him, and then Steve overtakes again.
Oh, this
down
is incredibly
into
close.
floor. Down into crunchy floor, they're just surviving, gonna make it. Okay, both of them look like they made the limits there. That's gonna be a good lap for both. So that's better than no points. Oh no, Ricky struck
good.
Right at the end and survived.
He's alive.
That was great. So first heat in the books for Proximity Threat Championship Series 1. That was great.
Great run.
Congrats, Fresh. Goodness. That was great.
Fresh just absolutely blew the competition out of the water there on the first one, which is what I expect. I expect if we see a Fresh or a Boltok in a heat, those two have put so much time and practice into this track. Yeah. I even saw Boltok. I was joking with him before. I think I said, I think I saw you in the PU for a few hours before this race because he was putting down time even right before. I'm sure Fresh was doing the same. They're both very what's the word? Fierce competitors. They always are looking to win their every event that they come up and go into.
Sure, and who knows if Boltock's got a world record in his pocket for this track as well, because Fresh has overtaken his run now twice, bested himself. So I'm hoping Boltock comes back with something else. That would be exciting to see those guys go at it.
Yeah, I'm receiving word that there is a chance that Fresh jumped the gun, but I'm gonna say even if we gave him a several second penalty on that race, that he still wins by enough of a margin. I don't think
Sure,
there's any point
sure.
in penalizing it for this
that.
one. But we'll keep an eye on that. If there's ever a really close race and it looks like someone jumps the gun a little bit sooner, then we may penalize them and they may, drop down a place from what they seem to finish at. But I think we should be fine overall. Let's see who is in this. Let's see who's in this next group. If I pull up our scores really quick. Hang on. Just need to tab over to it. Transition. So, group 2. Oh, that was group 2. Okay, I see. We started with group 2.
Master Sun had dropped down and DNF had exploded, so we switched.
Oh, I didn't realize Colbosa and Ricky are on the same team. So we did have two teammates on the same race in the first groups of heats, and we do have that again with Gerbo and Kelsar, which it seems that this is the group that's setting up group 3 right now. So that can be a little unfortunate, but it's just the luck of the draw.
Yep, it is random, totally randomized. So we're gonna have a group of 3 here?
Yep, this is a group of 3. This is
okay.
Gerbo, Kelsar, and Billboy. I think this is kind of an anyone could take this. I think Billboy is probably my favorite, but Gerbo is not far behind. He's a very skilled pilot. I don't know how much he's practiced here, but I think Billboy is definitely my favorite to win this. Kelsar, however, he's a very talented and skilled pilot as far as staying safe. I don't think he very often.
He's been around a while. He knows how to race, so
yes.
I'm sure he's going to be in self-preservation mode here. And I know that Gerbo and Billboy both put in substantial practice on the first proximity threat, so they're already used to this style of track. This should be an exciting heat here.
Oh, yeah. We have 2 Nomis, as Herbie says in chat here, at this rate. So I'm really excited to see which Nomi comes out on top. One of my favorite team names. I think the only team name, my favorite team names are Nomis, Tree Huggers, and Easy Street. I think those are Tree Huggers and Easy Street definitely are good descriptions of how those teams are going to be, what their strategy is going to be in this event.
Now, I imagine that Socrates is probably going to go ahead and launch these guys on his own. I'm not sure if he's waiting for a cue from me, but
yeah, you can let him know he can go. I think that's
okay.
Yeah, just in case. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a closer shot at these guys. Oh yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun to watch. I look forward. The nice thing about this format is we're going to see a lot of racing, and it's going to go quick. I think the first lap is always the most exciting lap of any race, almost always. And yeah, I think it's going to be very exciting to watch. And we're off. There we go.
They're off. Here we go.
Billboy and Gerbo are neck and neck. They've both taken pretty good starts here. Kelsar, as I predicted, is going for the safe strat, which is good. He's going to just try to get a good finish here. Billboy's a little bit ahead of Gerbo as they come through roll, pitch, dive. But it's not by much. Gerbo could absolutely make a comeback here. Gerbo kind of misses that height limit, which forces him to fall back, and Billboy gains a lot of distance on him. But anything can happen in here. As we're coming into 4 Bulltox, this is probably one of the most dangerous turns. Oh, Billboy slowed up a little. That was smart. He was being extra safe here. Oh, no, Gerbo coming into 4 Bulltox. We lose him. Oh, and Kelsar, too. Oh
no.
That's
Billboy's still looking good through Evergreen Rush. He's making all the height limits here. Coming in, has a nice line through the rocks. Beautiful line through Evergreen Rush. Into Blind Entry, which takes him into Nino's Hook. Beautiful, making all the nice left turn there out of Nino's Hook, coming up to Almost Done and into Crunchy Floor. Beautiful, makes the height limit, makes the lap limit, perfect. Beautiful lap from Billboy.
And he finishes strong. Great job from Billboy. So that's going to be a first place for him. Unfortunate for Gerbo and Kelsar, that is going to really hurt their points totals coming into the finals for their team, because that's 2 team members that don't receive any points in one of their heats. DNFs are really, really they're painful in this format. You
Yep,
do
for
not ever
sure.
want to DNF. If you DNF, it's 0 points, and it's so. The goal should always be to survive, so I think some of these teams, I think teams like Team Easy Street, who have specifically even mentioned to us that their goals today are to be as safe as they can be. I think they are my dark horse to come up with like a second or a third place. Oh wait, is that Kelsar? Hang on. I just realized I was wrong. Kelsar, I'm sorry, I swapped over to my scores. Kelsar was still alive. I thought he had boomed. He had one of those fortunate bounces. Oh my god, never mind. He comes up with a second place. Incredible. Good job,
Beautiful,
Kelsar.
beautiful.
So
Nice job, Kelsar.
they only lose Gerbo. That is really amazing work by him then. I completely missed that. I should have gone closer down to see what kind of crash that was. But that's in second place from Kelsar. So
Sorry
that's
about that, Kelsar. I'm in third person and didn't even see if you were still on the track.
yeah, I thought he was completely gone. So no, I mean that's incredible. So now never mind. So I was wrong. Nomis do manage to secure themselves 7 points in Heat 1. So that is good for them, and that's going to help out their totals for sure. I
And
think
we
they're going to be
have the
very
next
happy about
grid
that.
lining up right now. So Sacratus is going to launch these as soon as he is ready. So we let's just get ready to call this next heat. This will be Heat 3, Round 1. Round 1, Heat 3.
I think this is probably one of my favorite
Or Race 3, sorry.
groups in so far that we've seen. The Deku, iMonster, Jacko. I think this is going to be
Yeah.
very interesting to see who comes out on top. My favorite here is probably Deku, but he is also not super comfortable on this track from what I've seen and what I've heard. I think that iMonster is going to fly this nice and slow and safe. Jacodin's had
Yep.
a lot of practice, but he has not got himself up to sort of the fastest of speeds, but he can do it consistently and he can do it safely. So I believe between Jacko and iMonster, we're going to have a really good battle here. And
So Gerbo
maybe
said in chat that he didn't actually hit anything. He just exploded from, he thinks, desync, which is unfortunate.
yeah, there are a handful of invisible trees on this track. It's just an unfortunate reality. If you stay well within the lines, you are usually safe. But I do find in bull talks especially that if you come off a little bit from the line and you don't quite take it as well as you'd want to, or it goes a little too tight, then you'll run into something that you didn't expect would be there. I'm sure Sacratus is gonna launch these guys any second now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Deku, who is on Team Tree Huggers, along with Bull Talk. iMonster, Team Easy Street with Steve CC, and Jacqueline, Team Sanguis Luna, who's teamed up with Fresh. So I think all three. I mean, oh,
And
here
they're
we go.
off.
They're
Here we
starting.
go.
Jacko and Deku. Oh, Jacko takes the lead right away. That just shows his comfort on this track. He's ready to go at full speed. But Deku, his skills are showing through. He manages to pull ahead of Jacko. They're coming up and around. They're coming through roll pitch dive. This is a really tight fight
Oh, he's
already.
going to have to get way down there to make the limit. Okay.
Oh, Jacqueline almost missed it, but it's okay. He's still alive and he's still in it. And we're coming up into tail strike. Deku takes it a little wide. Jacqueline is trying to take it a little bit tighter. I don't know if he gained any time on him. Deku comes real slow into 4 Bull Talk, which was very smart of him. Jacqueline also slows down a little bit, make sure he comes through it safe. Now we're coming up to Evergreen Rush. Oh, Jacqueline here with his familiarity of the track manages to close the gap a little bit. Oh my goodness, this is close. There's any chance here. Oh, Jacqueline's just taking it a little bit wide, a little bit safer. Here we go. Deku does still have the lead. And now they're into probably the safer half of the track, so I don't expect Deku to explode, but Jacqueline could still catch up if he makes these really tight. Oh, Jacqueline has to take that turn a little wider than I think he wanted to. He's not able quite to catch up to Deku. Deku comes through
Nice
the
slap,
crunchy
Deku.
floor.
Oh no, Deku missed the start finish. He has to go back and fly back through.
Oh, he's got to go back. Is Jacqueline going to beat him through?
Oh, he does.
Jacqueline beats him through.
Oh no.
Oh,
Deku didn't finish again. He still hasn't finished the lap. He went through the wrong rocks again.
He's
no.
trying again. Oh no. And see, you know what? There's the familiarity of the track that we spoke about. Deku gets his second place.
Very nice job, Jacqueline. Nice job.
Had a lot of practice. He's very familiar. He doesn't lose himself. And
that was great.
iMonster with the clean lap coming in third. That's Team Easy Street doing exactly as their name says they were planning on doing. He comes out and he finishes, secures himself a third and good points.
Nice work, Monster. Nice work.
But, oh man, that was turns out that Jacqueline comes out with the win there. We may need to let Sacratus know that we'll be awarding that one to Jacqueline because of Deku missing the final, or the finish. He may be trying to just sort through that right now. But yeah, that was great. So we have one more group now in this first round of heats, and there's so much racing left. Our final group here is going to be Bull Talk, Dude 3D, Master Sun, and Speedweed. They're coming over and they're starting to line up. But I mean, even though Deku misses and comes with a second place, you got to still be happy with a second place in any given heat.
Of course, absolutely.
Like it's still 7 points, right? And it's not the 10 points of first, but it's not that much less. And when we start going through all 5 of these heats, then we're gonna have much closer times. Yeah, it seems.
Okay, Sacratus said we didn't clarify beforehand, so he's giving it to Deku, but yeah, Deku actually missed the start finish line on that one. We might have to adjust that at the end there.
I think we'll adjust it because part of the rules is that you have to make all of the track limits.
Yeah.
And the start finish is a track limit. And,
for sure.
So it's a little unfortunate. But that is also part of racing, you know, is being familiar with the track, being familiar with the format, and asking any questions beforehand as a racer so that you know everything that's going on. It is, but still, you know, a second place, it's not going to be too painful. I think you can take that lump and you can be happy about it and still move on.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Next heat.
Okay, so we're lining up the next group here. This is going to be, looks like Speedweed, Do 3D, Bull Talk, and is this the one with Master Sun?
Yes, this is the one with Master Sun. So Master Sun and Dude 3D, these are they new racers now? I mean, it's funny, to me they're still new racers because they haven't been here as long as a lot of guys have, but I mean, they've been here for months now at least, so they've been putting in work to practice and improve, just like everyone else.
I'm looking for, did we lose a party marker for Master Sun? I don't see him.
I have his party marker.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
I do not, unfortunately.
Oh, that sucks. We're just missing Speedweed on this lineup. Not sure if he's just making his way down here or something like that.
He could be checking for debris or something.
Yeah, true enough. All right, let's just quickly go over back to our.
This should be a really exciting lap here.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pilots here that are really close in skill. I think Bull Talk is going to take, similar to Fresh, he's going to most likely take a huge lead, and if he flies it safe, he's going to keep it. But I think between Dude 3D, Master Sun, and Speedweed, I think they can be fairly close in space between each other. I don't think it's going to be a complete blowout by any of them.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, they should be underway here any second.
We unfortunately are not getting the beeps of the start, but that's okay. We work with what we got. Yeah, I think my favorite's definitely Bull Talk. He's Team Tree Huggers, him and Deku. I think Bull Talk comes out with a first here. That's a first and a second for points. That's really good for Team Tree Huggers. Now both Dude and Master Sun are on the same team, Team Dude Sun. So they are going to be trying not to screw each other and both get 2 finishes in this and just collect as many points as you can just for get yourself up on that board.
Yeah, I think any second here and they'll be off.
Bull Talk is a scary Frenchman. This guy is incredibly talented. Every time I see him post a time trial, I just get blown away by how fast he is. Herbie says his money's on Speedweed. That's a good bet. It's not a bad bet. Bull Talk.
Speedweed's here we go. Seasoned veteran, and they're off. Here we go.
We start. Bull Talk, Dude, and Speed. They're all tight together. Dude is keeping pace up with all of them. Oh,
it's the tightest we've seen into Tricord. This is the tightest we've seen it so far.
Yep.
A little bit of separation now. Bull Talk pulling ahead. Yep. Oh, beautiful there. Makes the track limits easily.
Still tight. Dude 3 is not making this a free one for Bull Talk. He can't really make any mistakes here. If he makes any mistakes, then can be capitalized on quick. Speed's even really close behind. This is a nice race between them. Coming into 4 Bull Talks now. Bull Talk into 4 Bull Talks. Make that 5 Bull Talks. Oh, Speed, we lost it. Oh, no. And Dude is... Oh, he must have hit something. He's struggling his way through 4 Bull Talks. That is unfortunate. This is going to be, as long as Bull Talk stays alive, this is going to be a runaway win for Bull Talk on this one. But Dude 3D is still alive.
He's got such a fast line through there.
He's still making it through Evergreen Rush. Master Sun not that far behind him. we go. Oh, and yeah, Boltok with just takes a nice
Beautiful
safe
line there through almost done, then into crunchy floor, onto the start finish. Perfect line from Boltok. Beautiful.
Just
Well done.
finishes really well. Incredible work by Boltok. All right, do
Oh
3D.
no, to do
Oh
3D
no!
boom. Oh no.
Did we lose him? Let's see. I'll
It
get a
looks
little
like it.
closer. I think we might
It
have
looks
lost
like it.
him. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's the last thing you want here from your teammate if you're Master Son. But that's okay. Master Son's just gonna try to come through this safe. If he can pull out a second place. Not all is not lost. There's plenty of other teams that have lost one teammate and another one has done well. So there's still a lot of racing, still a lot of time for you to remake those points.
Absolutely, and one DNF can change everything.
Exactly. Yeah, Boltok could DNF in one race, and it'll have huge impacts on the total points.
And so the nice and slow here got him a second place. There we go. Nice work, Master Son.
Well done, Master Son. Incredible work. That is exactly what you want to be doing. You just want to take your second place and get those points there. So let's.
And like we said, we thought that this first round of heats and maybe even the second are going to teach people a lot about what they can and can't do as far as flying on this track and their own abilities. So we'll see how that translates into the next rounds of heats as we progress here.
I think what impresses me most is I'm looking at this list here, and I expected way more DNFs. We've only had 4 DNFs out of the 14 pilots. That is, I really would have thought we would have had 6, maybe 7 DNFs in that first setup. But
yeah, this is good.
That was really well.
Now, are we in the second round already?
Yeah, we're already into the second round. So
okay,
I'm going to quickly move over to our points totals. Oh, wow. See, look at this. So I didn't even realize it, but let's see. With Jacqueline taking first and Fresh taking first in their respective heats, on our point scores right now, Sanguis Luna has a pretty strong lead. Tree Huggers are close behind. This is really what I expected, was these two being so close with each other in this event, because I think these are the two strongest teams. But I mean, these other teams, they're nothing to scoff at, and there's still a lot of racing. But so far we have Sanguis Luna in front with Tree Huggers close behind, Easy Street taking up third place. All the points are still really close.
It looks like Easy Street is actually going to be racing together in this race, so their survivability is worth even more crucial now. And they're racing against Billboy, so he's coming off of a first place in the last round of heats. So we'll see how this plays out. I expect that Monster and Steve are probably going to survive at all costs and get points in this race no matter what. So I think it's going to be up to Billboy to survive as well, because a DNF at this point is going to cost a lot if you're really running for that points finish in the top 3 to get a prize here.
Yeah, we have a 3-way tie between Billboy, 4-way tie, between Billboy, Boltok, Fresh, and Jacko. They all took first places in their heats, so it is a close race so far for the heat winner, which will win a P52 at the end of this. Whoever has the most points by the end of the heats is a solo pilot.
And that is with 10-year insurance.
Yeah. So let's see our Group 2 heat. So this is the Billboy, iMonster, and Steve group. This is Group 3. They're just setting up. Let me transition back over. So we have Team Blackstar going up solo against Team Easy Street. So we'll see if Billboy here for Team Blackstar can take her first. That'll be really good for their points totals to keep them to bring them up potentially ahead of Easy Street.
It looks like we do have a little bit of a storm that's rolled in, so that's gonna reduce visibility by just a bit, and that should add a little bit of a variable here to what these guys can do.
I'm really excited to watch this. I think my favorite's Billboy in this one, but I think anyone could win this, and anyone could boom in this too. So I think iMonster and Steve, you're going to see them take this nice and safe. Billboy's going to put on a little bit more speed. He's probably well aware. And
here we go. And they're off.
And yeah, just as I predicted, Billboy's well aware that these two are going for a safe route, so he's just going to put on most likely a little bit more speed to keep himself ahead. But I don't think he's going to be pushing this that hard, because he does not need to in order to win this. There we go. Billboy coming up over from roll pitch dive. Steve and iMonster together, but safe. Billboy coming up through tail strike. Yeah, he slows himself down. That's not the speed that he would normally take it at, but this is the race strategy. And
absolutely
safely through 4 Boltoks. Take it nice and slow. Don't hit any invisible trees. There you go.
Very nice. Down into Evergreen Rush. Easily makes that height limit nice and slow. Again, moving for self-preservation over time trial lines here.
Let's take a look. Steve and iMonster, yeah, there. Oh, iMonster must have missed the limit. He's coming back around to make sure he takes it. That's okay. They're just going nice and slow. There's no time limits here, so they're just worried about finishing. Yeah, they're nice and safe. Billboy's still taking it, taking good lines. Yeah, I think he's going to take a first place here after he comes up through crunchy floor. Yeah, and now he's going to cross the start finish. Well done by Billboy.
Beautiful job.
Good
Beautiful
first
job,
place.
Billboy.
Let's see. We have Steve and iMonster. iMonster a little bit farther behind. He's in the scarier section, so he's probably just taking it as safe as he can. All right, we have Steve moving through now. Yeah, this is Team Easy Streets MO, and this is just a great job by these two.
Yep, a nice smooth run by Steve again, getting those points. Second place finish, easy. Well done.
Yeah, absolutely well done. You know, I'm just noticing. I'm looking at our groups here, and I'm going to quickly move us back over there as iMonster finishes his way around and crosses. We take a look at
Nice
our
job,
groups.
Monster.
I think this is the most. We'll see if this pops up again, but this heat setup with the randomized groups has ended up with a lot of teammates racing against each other. We have Tree Huggers in the same heat group. We have Dude Sun in the same heat group. We have Sanguis Luna in the same heat group. So all of those, when you're racing up against your teammate, you know, there are still solo prizes on the line. So you still do want to do as well as you can. You still try to go for as many points as you can. But you're not going to be pushing as hard because you also are trying to go for those team points at the same time. Yeah, this looks like just a great race going on so far. Sacris is going to work on lining up the next group. He is just putting in the points now for who won that one between iMonster and Steve. And I really have to applaud Sacratus for his organizing here. All right, Jacko's coming over, so we're going with Group 4 next. That's going to be Fresh, Gerbo, and Jacodin. And
this should be a very this is a lot of talent in this race, and a lot of understanding of this track. I think between Fresh and Jacodin, and we'll see what Fresh's performance looks like coming off of that first place.
Yeah, I expect him to take another first, if I'm being honest. I think Gerbo's probably going to take this one a little bit safer. I don't think he was too happy with his... He boomed, yes, he did. I don't think he's too happy with his explosion in Heat 1. So my expectation here is you're going to see Gerbo take a much safer lines than before. Fresh probably just taking the same lines he has been, and Jacko taking the same lines that he has been. Those two, I know they've put a lot of time into this track and practicing, preparing for this event, so they should, in general, have it close to the same times almost every time. I expect Fresh, most laps will be in the 1:05 range at a race pace, and Jacqueline in like the 1:10 to 1:15 range. Gerbo, I'm unsure. I haven't seen his times as of yet, but he's probably close to Jacqueline's time. So I'm sure Sacratus is going to send them off at any second now. And again, just huge thanks to Sacratus for herding these cats. Between him and Rockhound, members of Sanguis Luna, they are doing a great job of keeping everyone together and lining them up and getting them ready for their next races.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have not transitioned back over to the right view. My apologies, everyone watching. We're all lined up and just about ready to go. Not sure. I'm sure they're just... There we go, we're off. Here we go. Fresh is taking, looks like a lead, but Gerbo is right on him. Jacqueline is not far behind.
Really
this is a really tight group. Whoa, well done by all three of them. Fresh is holding his own at the front with Jacqueline right behind him. He passes Gerbo. All three of them tight. Oh, Gerbo and Jacqueline just trading back and forth. I want to keep an eye on this fight right here. Fresh is going to run away with it again. I think that... assuming he flies this safely, he should come away with another first. Gerbo and Jacqueline are very close together. Jacqueline slows up a little bit for full Botox. Oh, Gerbo had to slow up more. See, as I said, he was going to slow down. He boomed last time, so he wants to take that extra safe. Jacqueline's familiarity of the track here is really helping him.
Nice skid to the wide outside, coming in through the center of Evergreen Rush between those rocks. Looks great. Nice line there from Jacqueline.
Wow.
making all those height limits and curving around into blind entry there.
I think that really shows just how familiar he is with this track compared to Gerbo, because as soon as they got into 4 Bulltalks, I think that's when Jacquelin's just his muscle memory kicks in. He just knows the lines he wants to fly and he sticks to them. Whereas Gerbo, who hasn't had as much time on this track, he has to slow himself down to make sure he's safe. Jacquelin's going to finish with a nice 2nd place. I believe Fresh finished. Yeah, he's still alive, so most likely he
Well
finished
done,
making all of
both
his
of them.
limits. Where's Gerbo?
And
Do we
we've
still have
got
Gerbo?
Gerbo is still alive.
He is
still alive.
Good. So he's going to, assuming he comes through this safely, he's going to come away with a 3rd, which is still good points, and that's what you want. You just want to start banking those points every single heat. Here we go.
Well done, Gerbo.
And through.
And through the start finish, there we go.
Gerbo.
Another race in the books.
Love that. That was a great done. Yeah, that's another race. So that's two of 4 groups done for heat round 2. And yeah, this is, and Sanguis Luna as a team comes out with the most points they could have in that heat. They come out with a 1st and a 2nd. So even though they don't have 2 firsts like they do in heat 1 or heat round 1, they come out with a 1st and a 2nd, which is as good as you can get. Really, that's
Absolutely.
Like at this point they have 3 firsts and a 2nd through 2 races. That's just an incredible job by them. All right, let's see. We'll see who our next group is going to be. Either Speedweed's coming over. So our next group is Bull Talk, Decades, Ricky Ticky, and Speedweed. This is going to be tight. I'm really excited to see how this one goes. I think it's going to be a similar story where Bull Talk blasts his way ahead, but I think between Deku, Speed, and Ricky, this is an anyone could win game. I'm sure Speed is going to be wanting to make up for his performance in the last one, and he's going to want to recover and get himself some more points on the board for Team Black Star.
Oh, this is going to be team v team. This should be very cool here.
Oh, is this?
This is team v team. This is Bull Talk and Deku. Oh no, I'm sorry, not Speed. I'm sorry, I was thinking Bilbo was in this one. Sorry about that.
Oh, no,
Ricky is not on Speedweed's team, but that Bull Talk and Deku are the tree huggers. So
yeah, they're on the same team, and they're both very fast pilots. So it'll be interesting here to see how hard they're going to push. I wonder if and they're both very competitive pilots. They're both very proud of their times and how fast they can go. So I do wonder if Deku's going to try to push to get himself a 1st on Bull Talk, or if he's just going to let Bull Talk continue ahead and take a 1st place here.
What would you do as a teammate here?
If I knew the other guy was faster, I'd probably let him go. But
I agree. I would defer position for sure.
But I mean, if you watch F1, and I know a lot of racers do, you're well aware that just because you're on the same team, you still have your own personal prizes and glory and pride that you're trying to win.
Oh, absolutely.
I do think. Here we go.
They're
We're off. Ooh, very tight group to begin.
Speed's
nice
in front. Bull Talk is going to overtake from the right, but Deku is on the left. Oh wow! So he comes in through tricord wide. Oh, Deku looks like he.
Bull Talk's come ahead.
There?
Bull Talk. No, he's good. He looked like he was good, but Bull Talk has come ahead now through roll pitch dive. Oh, Speed is ahead of Deku now. Oh, Deku's really going to want to make that pass on Speed. Speed is close behind Bull Talk. Incredible work by him. This is a great comeback from the previous race. Oh no! Speed.
Oh, no. The entry to 4 Bull Talks.
That is unfortunate. We've lost him. So Bull Talk, that is most likely, if Decudes can come through safely, that's going to be a 1st and 2nd for Tree Huggers. So it's going to be well done by them. Let's see, do we still have Ricky? Ricky is still alive. So this is Team Rick Bosa. We have Ricky Ticky and Cole Bosa working together, and he comes out with a nice little 3rd place here. That's some good points to put on the board. Yeah, we have Bull Talk.
Beautiful lap again by Bull Talk. Beautiful.
Yeah, just incredibly smooth. Bull Talk has a background in low flying. So before he raced, he's a very prominent low flyer in that French community. A lot of French guys like to low fly, and those skills have really translated into his racing. He's just such a smooth flyer. I always am blown away when I watch his run. Deku too. He's been great to watch his come up and watch him improve every time I see one of his laps.
And an absolute monster in 0G as well for time trialing.
Yeah, I think Deku
is
close to, if he's not the fastest at 0G, he's pretty close to. He can win any 0G race easily. Ricky's taking the safe. I like this. I like that he's still alive, and if he comes through here and just finishes 3rd, puts more points on the board, It's going to be good for him and his teammate.
He makes all the limits through crunchy floor. And then on to the start finish. Looks like Ricky Ticky's going to get a nice third place there.
Well done, Ricky. Good flying. Great flying. All right, so that is the third of 4 groups. So our final group that we're going to see today, we're going to see Team Dude Sun coming up together. We're going to have Dude 3D, Kolbosa, Master Sun, and Kelsar. And yeah, we should see a really good race between these as well. I think these 4 are pretty close in skill. I don't think there's anyone there. Maybe Dude 3D of the 4 that could pull away with it, but I don't think it's such a large margin as we've seen some of these races where Fresh or Bull Talk have been able to take a massive lead.
And thankfully, we've had really beautiful weather at the ground level here pretty much all day. So storms here seem to be primarily in the morning and evening, but today it seems like it's been exceptionally light weather, which couldn't be better for these pilots on this track. There's enough visual clutter, and the height limits are punishing. So the weather not being poor is helping them quite a bit here.
As Saber said, every tree needs a name. I agree. We could call it Bull Talk 1, Bull Talk 2, Bull Talk 3.
Exactly.
As
right.
we continue on. All right, here we go. Here's our groups. They are starting to line up. I'm going to just quickly take a brief peek over at our score sheet again to see where we're standing on our final standings. These will still change as we have one more group going, but we can see now that there's a 3-way tie between Billboy, Bull Talk, and Fresh in the solo pilots. But Tree Hugger stays really close on Sanguis Luna. They aren't. Sanguis Luna is not pulling away. So this team fight for the first place in the team standings it's going to be really close. I'm excited to watch this hash out. I think what's going to be most interesting is there's a chance that all 3 of these, Billboy, Bull Talk, and Fresh, all 3 of them could just keep taking firsts, and we could have a 3-way tie where we have to go through some tiebreakers to determine how people are going to win.
It was interesting too. I was very curious to see if the fastest pilots were going to have the most survivability on this track, or if the time trial instinct of the fastest line was going to take over. And I think that it's been a nice hybrid of a smooth line and knowing when to slow down, as we've seen, especially in the entry to 4 Bull Talks and the entry to Evergreen Rush. That shows that these guys are thinking outside of the box and can adapt here. I've always said that the most proficient pilots in this game race in the racing community, and when I say that, I mean the total mastery of their ship and the understanding of how their thrusters work, exactly what inputs they need to get through what tight space or to take what turn at an optimal rate. It's pretty phenomenal to watch.
I just received a message here. I see in the chat that Connor is going to sub in for Speedweed, so I will just adjust that name really quick in our sheet.
We lost Speedweed?
It seems so, but that is all good because we have Connor coming in. I know he was disappointed that he was not able to race, but he is going to be able to compete. So I'm going to just change Speedweed's name over, and it should update and populate throughout our sheet, so that'll be no problem. So lucky for Connor, well, maybe not lucky for Connor. He has to start in with 2 zeros, 2 goose eggs, but that is okay. There's still 3 heats where he can make it up and he can still come forward. And Billboy's doing really good. So the team Black Star, even with not as many points from one of their pilots, the other pilot is still doing really well. So, and here we go, we're off.
And they're off.
Nice and tight grouping. Oh, this is close. I like to see this. Master Sun. Oh, Master Sun. I don't know if there's a touch from Kelsar, but Master Sun ends up blowing up. That is really unfortunate. Team, what was that team? Team Dude Sun. But Dude 3D is in the lead. I did expect this. He's the fastest pilot here, but Kolbosa is not making it easy on him. Dude 3D comes nice and low, coming into tail strike.
Oh, he eats it in tail strike.
We lose Dude 3D. Oh my, Kolbosa is going to come through and get himself into the lead now. He's going to definitely take that all day. I'm sure he's going to try to fly this a little bit safer, knowing how risky it is. Yeah, he definitely will. And you know, it's funny, Kelsar, again, if he can just take this nice and easy like he did last time, he's going to come out with another 2nd place, which is just great job by Kelsar. Great safe flying by him. Yeah, he's just making the last few
Oh,
minutes.
no.
Oh!
He eats it through Evergreen Rush. He collides with the rocks trying to thread the needle.
Oh, that's so
what a smooth lap
unfortunate.
until then. And there comes Kelsar, nice and consistent, reminiscent of Herbie at the Lorville exhibition race, just steady and got it done. Kelsar and Gerbo look to be on that path as well, just racking up points, staying consistent.
Oh yeah, and Kaelsar also another thing is the Razor, if I'm not mistaken, is his favorite ship to fly. I think every time I've tuned into one of his streams, he is racing a Razor if he's ever racing. He's not really one to follow the meta and race the meta ships. He likes to fly the ships that he enjoys, and I can definitely appreciate that. So he's
Beautifully
very
done,
familiar.
Kelsar. Well done.
Well done,
Another lap in the
Kaelsar.
books
Good first place.
for
This
the
is
Nomies.
huge amount of points for him there. Oh, I'm going to need to get an invite. You know what? I'm going to quickly give Mr. Sacratus the party lead. Oop, hang on. Let me just swap us over to our score sheet while I do that. I'm sure this will populate. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to hand the party lead over to Sacratus so he can send an invite to Connor. Party. There you go. Sacratus is now the group leader. Perfect. Okay, let's reset my camera view.
Welcome to the grid, Connor.
Yeah, Connor is
Glad to have you.
Connor.
Connor's another veteran from XGR as well.
Yes, and he's a very skilled pilot. I love watching him fly. I've loved watching him improve too over this last little while. There was for a long while his nickname was Connor DNF Riznik because he was notorious for flying hard and not making safe lines, and he would always end up DNFing during races even when he was in the lead. But in the last few events that I've seen him compete in, I've seen him take wins, I've seen him take podiums. I'm really impressed with where his pilot skill has gotten to in these last few months, and I think a lot of that has to do with a lot of these pilots. There's been this kind of adjustment in the racing community from flying very tight time trial lines to now trying to fly more safer racing lines. And it's been really cool to watch as pilots just have to get used to staying alive as they come through their laps. Some of the pilots that come to mind when I think of guys that are really good at making that switch from time trial to just racing, from time trial to racing is Boltok. He's really good at making that switch. Fresh is incredible at making that switch. Splen as well is really good at making that switch into
And
safe.
Billboy, as we've seen today, consistently fast and knows where to check his speed. Especially we're seeing a lot of braking into tail strike for Boltox and Evergreen Rush, which is arguably the most technical portion of the track. I mean, not arguably, it is the most technical portion of the track, and it looks like everybody, especially our experienced racers, are really respecting that and giving themselves quite a bit of a buffer on their off of their fastest lap to get that safe line, that ideal racing line, as you said, to come off of the time trial mindset and to get into the racing mindset, which is survivability, especially when points are on the line. And as a championship series, these points are going to matter as you go through to our next Prox Threat event, which should be in Pyro.
Yeah, we don't have any set dates for when the next Prox Threat race is. This is very much a pop-up track that happens when it kind of comes to Kalistar's, inspiration. He feels inspired to do it, which I think is really cool. It's probably my favorite part about these proximity threat tracks is that they just come and go when they please, essentially, and when it makes the most sense. So we expect when Pyro drops, we're going to find a new cool location to create a proximity threat track, and we will run another race event there whenever that happens.
Unfortunately, the first proximity threat, Hurston proximity threat, was eaten by 320 when they reset everything with Rastar, and the terrain changed as far as trees and placements and objects. So I imagine this track will probably get eaten with 323 or 4.0, which is kind of like Dirk said, sort of the spirit of the track is it pops up and you race it when you can, and then it's gone. I believe we had the last Prox Threat for less than 8 weeks. This track has been around now for almost 4. So if it makes another 4 weeks, that'd be great. We'll race it and have fun with it until we can't. Like he said, there's no time scale or anything. It's just the next one will be in Pyro, so it'll be at least until then that we see the next proximity threat.
So looking at this next set of groups, this is Heat 3. We've gone through 2 rounds of heats already now. Let's see. What do we have? Any kind of interesting lineups? Our first one is going to be Connor, Colbosa, Ricky, and Steve. So that's Team Rick Bosa of Colbosa and Ricky Tiki. They are going to be racing together. Colbosa is a Russian from Turbor Corporation. It's a great racing organization. I love seeing them at all types of events. I always see them at Anzia events, and they always do really well. Aside from that, we have Team Nomis are going to be going up against each other as well in Group 2. So hopefully they can come out with a good win there. And Team Dude Sun in Group 3, they're going to have to compete with Jackaden. So Dude 3D is going to have to do his best to beat Jackaden when that group comes along. Group 4, that is a scary group. Do you see that? In Group 4, we have Billboy, Decades, and Fresh. That is going to be a tight race.
An exciting race.
I cannot wait to watch that one.
And will also sort of be an equalizer for heats where each of those guys has had the chance to take first place against other pilots who weren't these pilots. So this should be, and I'm when I say that, I'm referring to their skill level. So it should be a challenge for everybody there to continue to earn a lot of points.
Yeah, we just taking a look at our daylight. I believe we have about an hour of daylight left here, so doing pretty well so far. We may have to speed up these heats just a little bit to make sure we have enough time for our finals. But as long as we have around 30 minutes, I think, when we're starting to do our finals, we should be good. Yep, Master Sun's coming down as well. They are lining up now. We'll transition back over to the transition back over to the main view here. Watch them lining up. This is Group 1 getting ready to go.
And they should be sending off here very quickly.
Who do you think is gonna win this? Who's your favorite for this one?
Honestly, I think Steve. I think Steve might take this one. He does know the track, and I think that I think with his consistency, we could see Steve take this lap.
I'm excited to see how Connor does. I haven't seen him yet, and I'm excited to see how fast he's able to take this track. He definitely could give Steve a run for his money, especially with how well he's been doing in recent events.
Absolutely.
I think both Colbosa and Ricky, if they can come out through this alive and put some more points on the board, that is probably their goal, and hopefully they can pull it off.
Interestingly, I expected all the collisions to be at tricord, and they're off. Here we go.
Here we go. Connor with a little bit of a delayed start. Maybe he might have had a bit of a delay. Oh, Ricky and Colbosa are in the lead. That is well done by them. Connor's going to catch himself up. He's not one to let himself sit behind. He makes a pass. Oh, but he goes a little bit wide. Oh, and that is a track familiarity problem. That is unfortunate for Connor. But Colbosa and Ricky are going to happily take that. Steve as well. Colbosa now pushing ahead into the lead with Ricky not far behind. If you're Ricky, do you think you try to make a pass? I don't know if you do. I think you just try to survive.
I think you wait till almost done, or Nino's hooked to try to make your pass here.
Steve recovers well to come back into second place. Well, all three of them making it nice and slow.
Right, almost blew the lap limit in there to Evergreen Rush, but he makes it. Coming down to get below the tree, swinging nice, wide, shooting down through the rocks here.
This is where Colbosa exploded the last go. Can he get through? He goes through it alive. There we go. Nice, well done, Colbosa. How's this battle in the back? Oh, Steve and Connor battling it out. Oh, Connor makes the pass on Steve. Oh, this is a close race between these two. Ricky is bringing up the rear. I think he looked a little injured. He could be injured, just trying to make it safe. Oh, did Steve miss a limit? Oh, Ricky explodes. Oh, no, or not Ricky, sorry. Connor explodes. That's unfortunate. No, Steve did not miss the limit, but Connor took things a little bit wider than he needed to. See, that is a track familiarity problem. But you could see his skill level is so good that even without being super familiar with the track, he still keeps up with everyone else. If
Absolutely.
Just survive.
So I was wrong, but Steve did, as I expected, finish his lap here to secure a really solid second place point total there. Nice job, Steve.
And Ricky's coming through, bringing up the rear, nice and safe. I believe
And
Kolbosa
this
won
is
that. That was really well done by Kolbosa. Good job. What a great pilot. Great flying.
yeah, well done, and well done to Ricky, who just, as far as I understand, learned this track this morning. So
Wow,
um,
incredible.
yeah, so well done to everybody in that race, and nice try, Connor.
Yeah. As Connor said in chat, coming in cold. That is true. That is a
Yeah,
unfortunate part. You haven't had any time to practice. You haven't had any time to warm your hands up on the sticks. I can attest to how difficult that is. It is not easy to come in cold onto a race before you can get any practice in. I don't know about you, Kelstar, but whenever I'm competing, I'm always trying to get there at least like maybe an hour early so that I can get some practice in.
absolutely, and that's not just for myself. That's going to be for my fellow pilots on the track who I have a responsibility not to hit, or to try not to hit. So the warm up is as much for the fellow people on the grid as it is for myself.
All right, we have the next group lining up here of Gerbo, iMonster, Kelsar, and Boltok. This is going to be another good race, I think.
And we've got both Nomis in this race, so it'll be finishing will be paramount here, having both these guys in the race at the same time.
Zach just doing a great job of lining everyone up.
Yeah, again, massive thanks to Sanguis Luna, Sacratus, Dirk, everybody who helped put this together. I think this format's brand new, and I think it's working really well. It's very exciting to get these single lap just blistering everybody going crazy trying to get a position and stay alive. I think this is a really interesting format, and I'd like to continue to improve on this in the future. Because I have a feeling I haven't talked to the racers yet, but I have a feeling that they're enjoying it as well.
Yeah, I know, and I'd love to get some feedback after this from both the racers and the viewers today. Once this race is concluded, if you have any feedback about changes to format, please feel free to reach out to me on Discord. My name is Dirk there, same as my name in Star Citizen, and yeah, I hope that we get to continue doing these events and we can make small adjustments to them and see how far we can take this. All
And
right.
we should be setting off here any minute. Sacratus got them lined up right here, and
And
they're off.
go, there we go. And Boltok with Gerbo not far behind him, but Boltok does take the lead early. And as I expect, Kaelsar and iMonster, essentially another Team Easy Street and Team Nomi's trying to just do safe and alive. Boltok well ahead. Gerbo is hot on his tail through roll pitch dive. But Boltok has clearly taken a commanding lead here. And let's follow closely behind him, see how he takes these lines. He's just so smooth when you watch this pilot. Coming in through 4 Boltoks, make it 5. Here he goes, makes all those limits. Coming around now, down to Evergreen Rush. Just look at that control. That is just incredible. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
crazy.
unbelievable.
You can tell the higher skilled pilots when they're behind when they're on the sticks. You can just see it even from the third person perspective. How smooth he goes through every line, just whipping it around this track.
Kelsar is actually gaining here on Gerbo. We might have a battle after Evergreen Rush. Kelsar is making up a lot of ground here as they thread the needles through the rocks, coming around through those last 3 height limits as they hook left into blind entry. Gerbo does come out really quick here into Nino's hook. Gained a little bit of ground on Kelsar, but Kelsar's oh
Oh,
no, he booms in
Kelsar!
blind entry. That would have been a beautiful battle there, coming into almost done. We got iMonster still alive, coming through the bowl of Evergreen Rush. He's exiting there, hooking a left towards blind entry. And he's going to follow blind entry through Nino's hook and then take right over Kelsar's corpse there. And he's going to hook a left through Nino's hook. Nice and steady from Monster. Did Gerbo cross the line here?
Yeah, he did cross the line.
So
Yeah.
Monster stands to get a 3rd place.
And that's Team Easy Street taking it easy. And I think so what that
Exactly.
shows there with Kelsar booming when he did, I think that just goes to show how difficult it can be to race when there's another pilot in front of you. There's a huge
Absolutely.
difference between
Well done,
racing
Monster.
on your own and having open air versus racing when there is a pilot right behind you or
Absolutely.
right ahead of you.
It can be so hard not to follow a mistake or to get tunnel vision and follow that pilot's exhaust trail and his engine plumes and just go way off your line, not watching the track. And that's not a dig against anybody. That happens to it. Just kind of sort of you slip into it when you're behind someone, especially the excitement of a ship in front of you that you want to pass because we're in a race. but also just the nature of being on a track like this where everything is so tight. It's so easy to get distracted or to follow a bad line and explode. So rip to Kelsar there.
How are we doing on daylight? What are we looking now for daylight that remains at the
So
track?
daylight remaining, we are looking at 57 minutes.
All right, we're doing pretty good. So we'll try to get these heats going, maybe just a little bit faster than they have been, but I think we still should be pretty good on time. We did have a fairly large delay at the beginning.
We did, yeah. We lost about 20 minutes there at the beginning.
Yeah. So with that in mind, I think we're doing pretty good. As long
I
as we
think
can
what we'll
keep
do
going
is
smooth.
we'll draw the prizes after the event. Since our daylight here is precious, we'll probably just get the prizes done um, at the end there. We can announce the points winners, but um, or I guess that would determine the prizes. So there's no real drawing for that.
Well, there is the drawing for the contestant prize for just competing for
Yes,
the
yeah,
gamma. So we will
right.
draw that at the end of the event now instead of between the heats, and that's fine. We may also since we have 14 pilots today, the 9 through 16 race. So the pilots that don't make top 1 through 8, or sorry, let me restart this, make this more clear for everyone. The pilots who do finish 1 through 8 as solo pilots will get to compete in the final race for the big prizes. That is, there's a Razor LTI pledge on the line for the first place in that one. The pilots who don't make it 1 through 8, the pilots who make it 9th through 14th, will still get to compete in their own final race, but it will be for AUEC prizes instead. So I'm looking forward to see that.
And
And
they're
we're
off.
off.
Here
Here
we
we
go.
go. Jacqueline and Dude 3D close together. Jacqueline takes an early lead. It's Team Dude
Did
Son.
Jacqueline make the lat limit there? I couldn't see it.
It looks like it. I think he's good.
Okay. Okay.
Here he comes down below.
Oh, Jacqueline
Oh,
went way high and roll pitch dive. He's going to have to go way back down to get to those trees, and it
Dude
does. It
3D
costs him a
made
lot
a
of speed.
great line. What a great line through there for Dude.
That was
Coming up to tail
perfect.
strike. This is a good battle. Now here's,
Oh, he goes wide. He goes wide. He's going to have to correct. That's going to give Jacqueline time to catch up.
I
Dude
think.
3D does get back into 4 Boltox. Wow.
Oh, Dude
Oh, and he
3D blows
explodes.
up. Oh, and once again, you talk about pilots being in front of you. Pilots being behind you is just as scary. Jacqueline being hot on his tail must have had Dude 3D absolutely frightened about where that was going to go, and he had to make sure that he came through there a little bit safer, but the nerves got to him, and unfortunately he booms at 4 Boltox. But Jacqueline is going to take that first place lead happily as he moves through Evergreen Rush. He no longer needs to rush through Evergreen Rush. He gets to take his time.
Yep.
It comes in through blind entry. He's a little bit
Oh
high,
no. He's
but
going.
I don't know that. I think with the lead that he has, do we have, is Master Sun still racing? Oh, I think we've lost Master Sun.
I believe
So
we did.
yeah, I think we will. He was high, but we'll give this one to Jacqueline. Being safe more important than anything else. So I will
Sure,
not.
and
I will not
these
punish
lines are
people.
crazy. Nobody's going to tell them that it's not. This track isn't ridiculous.
Yeah. So, well, that is a first for Jacko and 2 DNFs for Team Dudeson. That is really unfortunate. That's a lot of points that you don't want to miss out on, but that is the nature of it. All right, the next.
So the next race is going to be the stacked, the one you were excited about here.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this one. Fresh, Deku, and Billboy. These guys are all extremely talented pilots. If I see any of these 3 pilots on a grid that in a race I'm going to, I'm scared. I'm worried that they will absolutely crush me. They are all very fast, very talented. Billboy taking a bit of a break recently in his Star Citizen racing, but he's come back and he's as
With
far as I
seemingly
understand,
little practice as well, and it is absolutely destroying here today. So
yeah.
that's very impressive by Billboy. I don't recall him putting in a ton of practice here. I showed him the track a few weeks ago, and he learned it very quickly. And then came back yesterday and was ripping very fast laps. And obviously today he's doing exactly the same and surviving. So it just goes to show you the caliber here of pilot. We should be underway here very soon. Sacratus getting these guys lined up lightning quick now.
Yeah, he's doing great, and these guys also these are pros. They know exactly how to line up and how to get there quick and set up. I think the top 8 will line up very quickly because they're all going to be pilots that know what they're doing, and all the pilots here know what they're doing. But when you're a pro that you've been doing a lot of races, it just becomes even more second nature than anything. All right, and they're going to go off soon here, and they're
they're off.
Billboy takes an early lead. But Deku and Fresh are not far behind.
Fresh is
Oh,
actually trying the outside overtake on Tricord. That was crazy.
oh, he makes the tight turn. What a nice one down through. Fresh is now in second
Oh,
place,
Billboy with
right
a
behind
really
Billboy.
tight line through there. That was beautiful from Billboy. Fresh might even overtake here. Okay, no, Billboy's going to stay in front.
What a good
Coming into tail
race.
strike. God, they're right on each other. This is crazy.
Whoa, Fresh
Oh, and
makes the
Fresh with the
overtake.
inside pass. Oh my God. And Billboy with the inside pass. He knocks
Oh!
Fresh off. Oh no, Billboy cut the track there, knocking off with Deku.
Fresh is still alive though, so he's still in this race. So he's now his goal is just to be finished
Billboy's
this one
Billboy's
alive.
going back there. Billboy's going back there to refly that line.
Oh, he missed it, so he's going back.
To
Oh.
keep his points. Yep, there. I actually don't think I would have penalized him there because there was a collision, but Deku's coming through Evergreen Rush now. It's a beautiful line through the parabola there and then into Nino's hook.
What an insane battle at the beginning. Oh, Fresh is catching up. He's not
That was
far behind.
absolutely incredible.
He's cutting this line down. Look at this through this turn. Oh my goodness, this is close. Fresh could come out with the first. This would be
Wow,
huge
look
to
at
come
this.
ahead of the tree hugger.
Oh!
Oh, Fresh makes the
no,
pass.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Wow.
Well done to Fresh.
Oh, that was.
And I think we still got Billboy alive. He's gonna get points on this lap. He's gonna get a third place.
Yeah, he's still alive, and he finishes out, and he still puts the 5 points on the board. Wow, that was that.
Wow, that was an incredible. That was really, really good. Oh, he misses the start finish there and goes back through. Beautiful.
That did not disappoint. That was the most fun so far.
That was
Wow.
exhilarating to watch.
That was
Fresh
incredible.
with the inside overtake through tail strike. I can't. What a maniac!
That was well, he did it, and he did it live. So you can't fault him for it. But it's not an overtake I might have taken, but that is the thing when it is just one lap.
Absolutely crazy. And then Billboy with the outside overtake through the first slalom of 4 Boltox, and he made it, which was unbelievable. And it was actually the collision that knocked him off to cut the line, which he ended up going back under really the honor system there through Billboy. Class C Racer went back and reflew that line. God, that was incredible.
I'm blown away. It did not disappoint. I sorry I was talking over you. I just got so excited at every moment.
Yeah,
in
that was amazing.
Race. Wow, I love to watch that. And that's the thing, when it's just this one single lap, racers are going to make those big, bold moves.
Exactly. And that's what we were hoping for today. That's exactly what we were hoping for. That kind of confidence that has built up on the third round of heats now. These guys have done enough laps with these fellow pilots. They know what it's going to feel like. They know what their frame drops are going to be like. Where the open parts in the track are going to be, and Fresh and Billboy making those inside passes just outrageous.
And I want to point out just how big of a deal that pass was by Fresh for the team standings, because
I know.
He passed Tree Hugger. So because it's only 3 points that he gains more, but that's a 6-point difference. So Sanguis Luna is now 8 points ahead of Tree Huggers on the team standings. But had Deku finished that race, that cuts down to only a 2-point lead, and it makes it much, much closer. Fresh with that single overtake that he just took may have just guaranteed the Sanguis Luna first place on the team standings. What a great job by Fresh. That was just incredible.
So we've got on this next grid, which should be going any second here with the rate that Sacratus is going, we've got 3 very consistent, safe pilots, and then we've got Jakuden, who's much faster with more experience, who's going to be able to take that overtake line if need be. But I know that he has struggled this week with 4 Boltox, and we'll see if he can sort of steal those nerves, because I think that Jakuden's the favorite to win here in my book.
I would have to agree, but I think Steve is one of those pilots that will take it safe and could easily make a quick overtake at any point in time.
Absolutely.
Kelsar and iMonster, both very safe pilots. Jakuden, at this point, it is his race to lose, I have to admit, but it's not hard to lose.
And they're off.
There we go. Jakuden in the lead, as we predicted.
Ooh, Steve close behind him with the coming in the inside through Tricord here. Steve makes a pass before Tricord. Wow, these guys are neck and neck. Oh, God, they came close there.
Wow.
Up through roll pitch dive. Jakuden makes it down. Nice clean line. Same with Steve.
And here Jakuden in the lead right now, as we expected. And now he has a fairly healthy lead. Oh.
He slowed down a lot through tail strike, paying a lot of respect to that left-hand turn there and that lat limit.
As long as he flies this safe, he should have a pretty good opportunity at taking first. But Steve is nothing to scoff at. You cannot sleep behind the wheel with Steve on your tail. Yeah,
Nope, Jacobin struggling to get down there to that height limit for the entry to Evergreen Rush. Steve has a much cleaner line through there, but he also takes it slow.
I believe that's
The
got to be
gap
some
between these two
race
has a bit.
nerves. Like, you know, when you tend to end up taking these lines a lot wider and a lot less what
Absolutely.
you're used to when you're at a race, because it just gets you get so nervous.
So we've got quite a bit of a lead here, quite a bit of a gap between Jacobin and Steve for first and second.
Oh,
How's
we
third and
lost
fourth?
Iron Monster. Oh, that's
Oh
too
no,
bad.
monster.
As I turned over and look, Team Easy Street loses out on some points there, but Kelsar nice and safe for Team Nomies.
Jacobin with a nice finish. Well done.
Oh, blind
And
entry is definitely blind. Kelsar losing himself a bit, but he still finds the limits, stays within it.
got Steve CC. Nice and consistent coming through crunchy floor. Makes all those limits easily. And another lap for Steve. Well done, Steve.
Kelsar's bringing up the rear, but it's going to be a nice third place.
Again, getting points for his team.
Yep.
Racking them up.
Gerbil mentions that Kelsar didn't get the points for his first. We will double check that. Which heat was that in, Gerbil, that he did not receive his points for it? I should make sure that my sheet is properly accounting all the points. The last thing we want here is people not to receive the points that they deserve.
I will be right back.
Oh, yes, we are missing it. Kelsar had his first. I believe that was a race where everyone DNF'd between Dude, Kolbosa, Masterson, and only Kelsar finished. Yes, I believe that was the case. I think I've fixed it. So now you can see Kelsar gets his points. That brings him all the way up into 6th place after this race added to it as well. What is this? Bill wishes this next race is going to be so good. Let's see, who's the group here? If I go take a look at my heats. Oh, this is another really good one. We have Boltok, Decades, Fresh, and Masterson. This is going to be great. Between Boltok and Fresh, the two fastest pilots so far. I'm really excited. And this is another Tree Huggers versus Sanguis Luna. If Fresh can pull out a decent, I'll transition now so you can see this group. If Fresh can pull out a decent number of points here, he can really pull ahead on the team standings. He can, on his own, he could basically just prevent Tree Huggers from gaining a lot of points. You know, that's like a 6 point plus spread that he gets to add there, as long as Jacqueline, who did finish first actually in his group, that's a lot of points for Sanguis. I think if Fresh comes out with even a 2nd place here, I think this really locks them in for being able to win the team scoring.
Okay, I am back.
Welcome back. Move back over to our main screen. I was just saying this next race is a Boltok, Decades, Fresh, Masterson.
Okay.
There's another opportunity for Fresh here to swipe so many points away from their rivals of the Tree Huggers, which
this is going to be
huge.
really, really good here.
It's funny, the first two sets of heats, there weren't very many of these really, I would say, you know, the fastest time trials pilots in the same groups, but these next groups of heats have been great for that. I'm excited to watch how this goes. I think Fresh and Boltok are our two favorites for the race overall, so I'm excited to see how they go here. And this also, I think this might determine the overall heat winner too, as solo pilots, because Fresh and Boltok have taken first in every heat so far. So whoever wins this, that should also give them a very good chance of winning the heats and winning that P52 120-month prize.
Looks like any second here we're going to have our set off. Start of race. Okay, and we're off.
Here we go. Oh, as we expected, they're all really tight. Masterson's taking it nice and slow, taking his time. I would do the same if I were him.
Oh my gosh, look how close through tricord.
Oh, Fresh,
no,
Fresh. He comes up. He's still alive. He's still alive, so he's still in it, but this is huge for Boltok. Boltok just needs
with a really tight line through there.
Oh, he just needs to fly nice and safe now. We'll follow Boltok tight through this, because if he manages to stay alive and finish the first here, this is going to be huge for him and his team. And if Deku can get a 2nd as well in front of Fresh, that's a lot of points. They might make a huge comeback on the team standings. There's a chance that they could win the team standings as well.
Boltok's entry into Evergreen is just perfect. Every lap is perfect into that entry.
Oh, he's just, there you go. Yeah, as people in chat are saying, he's a tank. blessed by Chris Roberts. What's been very interesting flying this track and practicing this track with others is that I don't know what it is about this area, but collisions just don't seem as deadly as other places.
That is true.
You
About
just
about
survive.
40% of the time, nothing happens.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Bull Talk with a beautiful
Wow,
first place
incredible.
finish.
How are we doing back here? We have. Oh, where's Deku? Did we lose Deku? Oh
We may have.
no, we must have lost Deku. I did not see it. We lost Deku and Master Sun. Oh man, that's unfortunate. If Deku could have stayed alive and come ahead with a second place, you can tell Fresh is limping along here. This is not his normal
Absolutely.
pace. He lost something. But
Trying to get a look at the ship here. Yep, looks like he's losing a. Looks like he's lost some fins here, so he's keeping it slow to prevent himself from losing control.
oh, that is really unfortunate that Deku couldn't finish this one out. I think that may put an end to Tree Hugger's chances of coming back on the team standings. But
Well done, Fresh. Well done.
Bulltalk taking a first and Fresh taking a second. So the first tiebreaker is a head-to-head. The fact that they both competed, how do I put this? The fact that they've both competed against each other and they've both been winning all their races, they just fight head-to-head there. So if at the end we have a tie, Bulltalk wins the first tiebreaker so far.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out. But all of our fast guys consistently fast today.
Yeah, there's not as many no real surprises.
Yeah, no dark horses or anything here yet today. Um, let's see, which we're on round 4. Which race of round 4 is this?
We should be on group 3 now of Billboy, Connor, and Colbosa.
Group 3 of round 4.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have one more round after this, and then we're going to move on into the final top 8 races.
And we should be looking good on time here. We've still got 40 minutes.
I'll have to mute my mic for a second, Kalestar, if you can
Sure.
do the commentary for this one.
Sure.
Hey, hon.
So,
oh, hang on. I need to mute
Billboy,
it in
Connor, who is
OBS
subbing
as
in
well.
for Speedweed. They are both on Team Blackstar and Colbosa. This race should be a lot of fun here. I'm looking for Connor to likely take this a bit safer. Just due to track familiarity. Billboy likely going to come out with the first place here if he can stay consistent as he has been. And just getting these guys lined up.
Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yep, I can hear you.
Perfect. It's funny, I muted in Discord and then forgot to mute in in OBS.
So Sacratus has them lined up. Looks like we'll have about 20 minutes to run this one in the next group, and then that'll give us about 20 minutes to run our last 2 races.
Saber says I changed Speed's name, but I didn't change Connor's flag to the proper American flag. So I suppose Connor is representing Hungary today. So it'll be nice and tight. Colbosa has really impressed me.
And they're off. Billboy with the quick lead.
Connor and Colbosa close together.
Oh,
Oh,
Colbosa.
no.
Colbosa hits the lat limit there, so we have both teammates here working with each other. This is an easy first and second place if they take it nice and safe here.
Be a good.
Connor's actually putting a little bit of heat there on his run through roll pitch dive.
I think Connor probably wants to feel better about his times here, so he might be looking to maybe not win this, but at least stay close with Billboy.
Oh no! Connor gets eaten up by the trees at the entry to 4
Small
Boltox.
tree. That tree is absolutely deadly. I'm just gonna point this out. I'm sure Billboy's doing it quite safe, but I find this tiny little tree, when you are taking it, you quite often will end up clipping that tree, and when you're taking that line very tight. How's Billboy doing? Yep, coming up through Evergreen
Beautiful
Rush.
line through Evergreen. Yep, into blind entry.
Doing a great job.
Making every height limit there. Nice line, nice hook out of Nino's hook. Through almost done. Down into crunchy floor. Easily makes that limit. Hits that lat limit. Another lat for Billboy. Well done, first place.
Well done, Billboy. That's good for Team Blackstar, putting some more points on the board.
Absolutely.
Now, how are we doing? I want to move over to my final standings sheet here and see how our solo pilots are stacking up right now. Look at that, Fresh and Jacqueline really close together here. They're both tied in that second place. The two Sanguis Luna pilots. Billboy in fifth. He doesn't quite have as many points, but he's not that far behind. If he does well in the next few races, although I think that still hasn't added this first place yet. Did it add his first place there yet? No, it did not. I'll put that in for him. And yeah, that brings Billboy up to fourth. He's really close behind Jacqueline and Fresh. I think we have just which pilots haven't gone yet in this one. Dude 3G, Gerbo, and Ricky have not yet competed.
And they are lining up right now.
Yeah. Now, and so keep in mind, if you are a pilot and you might not think you're going to be able to win. If you don't think you're going to be able to win this first place prize during these heats, your only real goal is to make it into this top 8 and stay above this line. Because if you are in this top 8, then you get the chance at the big prizes today. And so iMonster, though he is 8th place and only 15 points, less than half the points that Bulltalk has accumulated, he's still in the top 8. So he still is going to have just as much of a chance as any of these other pilots at that Razor LTI and the other prizes.
Absolutely. One DNF changes everything for that final race because there is no points accumulation. It's just survive. So someone consistent like Monster, like Steve, like a Kelsar, Gerbo, even though they are not the fastest today, 100% could win the finals race if they're in top 8 or otherwise.
How are we doing on daylight?
Let's see. Daylight, we have 36 minutes of daylight left.
Okay. Should still be doing pretty good then. So this next heat, we will definitely try to go through it as quick as possible. And then we will move on to the finals. I think we should still be good on time, as long as we line.
And we'll do the top 8 final first, just to make sure those guys have the best daylight there, for that competition.
Yeah, we'll definitely see how much time is left when we're getting there. But there's a good chance.
Now, this is the end of round 4?
Yes, this is the end of round 4, so there's one more round of heats.
Okay. I'm wondering if we might have to shave some of the races off of this round. We'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, Ricky's just coming over to the track. I received some word from our organizer, Sacratus, that he's just making his way back down. I believe he's not. Yeah, there he is. He's not very far. He should be here any moment now. Yeah, we look up and see the names of some of our security provided by Sanguis Luna. Hugely appreciate that by them.
Absolutely.
They've been a huge help, and they've been in keeping this race nice and safe. Ricky should be coming here soon.
It looks like he's 40 clicks out.
Between Gerbo, Dude, and Ricky here, all three of these pilots are not currently in the top 8, but any of these pilots with a first should be able to secure themselves a spot in the top 8 and most likely knock iMonster down. Potentially more than that. So you really got to secure some points here, so you can race in the final. Ricky should be here.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we'll need to shorten this last round of heats just to ensure we have the daylight for those races. I'm anticipating the setup being quite a bit longer since we're going to be doing a much larger grid.
Yeah, Ricky's getting close, so we'll give him a little bit more time, but we're definitely going to need to go very fast for this last group of heats. So if you're one of the pilots and you're listening, please get your way over to the standby area as soon as you can. It's not far. Let's see. There he is. Yeah, he's coming in. It's funny, you keep looking, you see how close he is. Keep checking. I think as soon as he gets here, that's probably when we're going to launch.
Yeah, I'm hoping so, yeah.
And lines up. Nice.
Again, the huge thanks to Sacratus for herding all the cats today. That's a non-stop job that he's got here.
And Rock On for helping him as well. 2-3 is a little on
Absolutely.
the back here on this lineup, but he may want to do that intentionally. It's totally up to him. He's also been rather fast, so he should be able to make up any gaps that are there. Alright, we should be going at any minute now. I don't know who I have as a favorite to win this one. I think I have Dude as my light favorite, but I don't think there's any major gaps here as far as speed on this specific track between these guys. And Ricky's been really impressing me. If he learned this track today, there we go, they're off.
Rough. Okay.
Ricky and Gerbo, very close together.
Gerbo takes the lead through Tricord. Dude 3D coming really hard through there. They both go, looks like they both go a little bit wide. Oh, Ricky goes way wide there. Gerbo gets the nice tighter line through roll pitch dive. Moving across to tail strike. He's got a little bit of a lead. Slowing way down to pay respect to that turn there. Dude 3D, oh god, he came through quick, but didn't quite get the overtake there. He's been forced high.
It's scary when you're coming up right on someone. You don't know exactly where they're going to go, how they're going to take their line, and you do not want to run into them. Oh,
Absolutely.
Dude 3D kind of lost his line a little bit there, but he's still in contention.
Gerbo, nice and consistent, nice and slow entry to these turns. Gerbo still with a comfortable lead here through Evergreen Rush.
He's taking it nice and safe.
Making all those height limits. Oh, he does. Looks like he nicks a tree, but he's okay. Maybe that was a little bit of desync.
Sorry, a little bit of frames drops there. I got a little close to their engine plumes, probably.
Gosh, Dude 3D making up a little bit of distance there on Gerbo.
It's close, and this gap isn't dissimilar to the one we saw when Fresh made the pass. He's close.
Gerbo looks like Gerbo's going to secure it.
He might have the boost, and Gerbo's
got it. Gerbo's got it.
Dude 3D almost crashes in the end of that one.
Almost didn't make the limit there.
Wow, well done. Do we have Ricky still alive? He is still alive.
He's still alive.
That's really well done by Ricky. I have to say, if he just learned this track today, I've been extremely impressed by his flying.
Very impressive, yeah. Comes down, makes that height limit, gets the lateral limit, and on to a successful lap for Ricky. Well done, Ricky.
Really well done. All right, and that is the end of our 4th round of heats, so we only have 1 round of heats left.
We're going to have to scream. We may have to shorten this heat a little bit.
We will definitely have to do it as fast as we can. If we move over, I'm just going to quickly take a look at our point scoring. I think that is a guaranteed first for Sanguis Luna. Barring unforeseen circumstances of, Tree Huggers taking 2 firsts and Sanguis having two DNFs, I think Sanguis should win the team standings. Nomi's doing really well, sitting in a comfortable 3rd place there. Even with a 6th and a 7th place for their solo points. But they're not... Oh, I said comfortable. I need to take that back. They're only 2 points ahead of 5th and only 1 point ahead of 4th. Blackstar could very easily jump up into that 3rd place with a good 5th round here. So we'll see how that goes. As far as the pilot standing, it's still really anyone's game. If Boltok has a DNF and Fresh and Jacko do well, either of them could take it. Billboy has come up from, I don't want to say behind, but he hasn't had as strong of performance as Boltok and Fresh and Jacko have had, but he's only a few points off from that. So the pilot scoring is also going to be very close.
Even with some DNFs here, we could see Steve CC take a 2nd place.
Yeah,
if he was to take a first here in the heats, Steve CC could land himself a 2nd place, which is really impressive because I know Steve and Monster have had very little time on this track.
Yeah, I'm really impressed. And you see Connor there representing Hungary. But yeah, it's been great racing all around today by everyone. I've been really impressed. Yeah, we originally had planned to do our final top 8. Oh wow! I just realized this heat: Boltok, Dekudez, and Fresh and Steve. This is going to be really. This is gonna determine the winner. I think
absolutely. This race will right here.
Yeah. Whoever takes this one, I think is just yeah. This is for all the marbles.
Yeah, this is going to be for first place. This is my palms are sweating and I'm not even flying.
I'm very excited.
This is going to be crazy, and we've seen overtakes be successful despite how risky they are. So I'm excited to see something like that play out here with all of these insanely fast pilots we've got here.
Well, and and I'm sure Fresh wants to, you know, what's the word? He wants to make up for that last race when he got sent off track. And here they
They're
go.
off. They're off. Here we go.
Oh, this is gonna be so tight. Deku, Boltok, Fresh, Steve taking the easy street path in the back. Smart man. He knows he can't keep up with
Boltok
these
with a
speedsters.
super tight line. God, through tricord there. Down to roll pitch dive. So tight. My God.
Now Fresh
right behind him.
Fresh has the current record, so he is technically faster, but it's only by half second. So it is very close. Oh, look at these two go.
Gosh,
oh my goodness.
that is amazing.
Make it 5 Boltoks. Oh, they're so close. Fresh could have almost made an overtake. It's very hard being that guy behind and making an overtake. I will be absolutely ecstatic for Fresh if he manages to make an overtake here and win this. Oh my
Boltok with a
goodness.
little bit of a wider entry after the bit of a wider line after the entry into Evergreen Rush and got him through there really quick.
He ends up with a lot more speed through there. You gotta wonder if
He
Fresh
did.
is holding on to some boost. As we're coming up into the end, Fresh maybe just holding on to a full tank. Yeah, look at this. He's closing the
He's
gap.
making up a lot of ground here. Oh, wow. Looks like Boltok's going to take
not
it.
going to do it. And across the
congrats,
line.
Boltok.
That,
Congrats.
Wow, huge
That was
congrats to Boltok.
fantastic.
That is for Boltok, that means that he finished first place in every single heat. Deku comes
Well
in
done,
third.
Boltok.
And Steve's
Well
still
done.
alive. Steve is still alive. Team Easy Street. Taking it nice and easy. I love to see it. Wow, that is just extremely impressive showing by Boltok. Takes a first in every single heat that he competes in. Wow, I'm blown away.
Yeah, that was really, really, really well done there, Boltok.
That is
nice job, Steve.
Well done, Steve. Coming up in the rear, putting more points on the board. Always the smart thing to do. All right, our next group is coming up to line up quick now. As you see, the shadows are just starting to get a little bit long. Oh, here, if Billboy can take a first, that gives him... Wow, if Billboy takes a first here, he jumps into second place. I'm going to quickly transition over to our scoring right now. Fresh taking a second place there has put him just inside of Billboy's range. So this is going to be...
And Billboy is the favorite to win this one, too.
I think so. I think with who he's going up against. And you know, that's just kind of part of the luck of the draw. You know, the duo of Boltok and Fresh go up against each other twice, and so only one person can win either of those races. So you know you don't necessarily have 50 points on the board there available to you. Billboy draws, you know, you could say a few easier races or however you want to put it. I don't think they're all easy. I think it's always a tough race, but because of that, he has a chance here to take second place and take a big prize. What's our second place prize again?
I think our second place prize is
not for the heats. Sorry, I just realized there's no prizes to be gained here. You're talking about grid position in the top 8. So Billboy's looking for a P2 in the top 8 for the grid. And Boltok secured himself a P52 with that last race. Just incredible.
Yeah, congrats again, Boltok. That was excellent. Looks like we might be launching here very quickly. Sacredus got these guys lined up super quick.
Boltok, tu es très vite. Tellement vite. And here we go.
They're off. Billboy immediately to the front there.
As we expect, if he flies it
nice.
nice.
Colbosa just past Connor on the outside of tricord there.
Oh, Connor takes it back.
Billboy, beautiful tight line dive there through roll pitch dive. Connor as well.
Connor's right on his tail. He is these two are teammates, but he's not making it a quick and easy one for him. I think Black Star might be looking to take a potential second. Oh no, Billboy! Is he alive?
Oh, I can't tell.
Connor!
Oh no, Connor as well.
They hit the same tree. So Billboy's still alive.
He's still first.
He's still at first. He can still do it. Oh my goodness! Colbosa coming in around for a second. Billboy hit a tree, and Connor decided, I like that tree. I'm gonna hit the same one.
And then Billboy with a little bit of a tight, slow entry there into Evergreen. Looks like he's picked his speed back up, coming through the parabola here, exiting to the left.
Oh my goodness! I'm so sorry, guys. I did not transition back to the right screen. Oh no, that is so unfortunate.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, everybody. We've brought it back over. I'm a one-man crew running the broadcast, so.
Well done, Billboy.
Well
no,
done,
Billboy missed the start finish. Billboy missed the start finish. He's got to go back and get it.
Who's coming through? Does that mean Colbosa gets a first?
Colbosa gets the first.
Oh, wow, that was. I'm so sorry, guys, that I missed out on some of the most. Well, you still saw some of the most interesting at the end. I apologize to everyone for that. Kelsar with the fourth place. Everyone survived. Great race by everybody. Everyone comes
Well
through
done.
alive. Oh, I guess someone blows up afterwards. Saw a little race. Saw a little ship go boom. Let's see who's that. Can't tell. Poor little Razor. Kaboom. Is that a Razor? I think that's a Razor. Does not look like a Razor when it's in that state. All right. So what do we have? Two more groups here, I think, or three more?
Let's
Two.
see. We had Ricky ask, he said, I finished 3 heats in 3rd place. If I'm not wrong, did I get penalized in the 2nd heat? I'm not sure about that.
We can take a look at our scoring here, and especially if that gets Ricky into what place did he say he should have got?
He said he thought he finished 3rd place in 3 of the heats.
Let's see, Ricky. Ricky, did he? Yeah, he too. I says a DNF. I can't quite go back easily right now. I don't know if anyone can go back in our broadcast for us who's viewing. It would be lovely if they can check how Heat 2 or Heat 3 went. I think Heat 2. Yeah, Heat 2. Heat 2, Group 2 of Boltok, Connor, Deku,
We've
and
got
Ricky.
21 minutes of daylight here, so we are
Here we
going to
go.
be extremely tight. They are off.
Jacko, Ricky, and I Monster. Going again. Yeah, we're gonna need to go very quickly. The 9th through 16th might be running in the dark. Jacqueline coming over top. Currently comfortably in the lead. Jacqueline looking to get himself a nice P2. Finishing out this race on top.
It was a little wide there at tail strike, but that's just to save himself.
Oh, I know what went wrong. Sorry. In Heat 2, it says Connor got 3rd, but it's actually Ricky got 3rd, and that was a Speedweed DNF.
Okay.
So
Sorry about that, Ricky. We'll get that corrected.
Ricky. We'll fix that for you, buddy. Nice Jacqueline coming in through here safe.
Oh,
I'm
Jacqueline went way high over that height limit there.
Team Easy Street staying close behind. Definitely taking it very easy for Jacqueline. Trying to stay alive as much as he can. And we did tell the racers before, we said prioritize survivability above all else.
Even the limits of the track, yep.
We will penalize mostly for overtakes that go past the
Oh
limits.
no, Jacqueline DNFs on one of the small trees coming out of Crunchy Floor, which is going to give Monster the 1st place.
Wow, good job,
well
Team
done,
Easy Street.
Monster.
There we go.
Exactly. Sorry about that, Jacko. That's a rough one there. Monster with the 1st place finish. Well done. And he has completed, I believe, has Monster finished all of his races today?
I think he has,
No,
or he may have one DNF. And Ricky's coming through with a nice 2nd place. Well done, Ricky. Let me just adjust some points here.
I actually need to go get myself fuel.
I think I fixed the Group 2 points, which does bring Ricky up into the top 8. There you go. Ricky finishes in 2nd place. Well done.
Now I've got to head back to SMO 18 real quick to get fuel, and then we can swap out if need be. I'm really low.
I didn't even think about fuel. How am I doing on fuel? Oh, I'm good. Oops. Oh, jeez. Come on. The tracking is going all over the place. Wow. Okay. So, I think we have one more. Right? We got to make this one nice and quick. So let me take a look. Heat 5. This is the last one. So this one's got to go very quickly. We are getting really tight on our sunlight conditions here. Fortunate delay at the beginning, making this tighter than we want to do. But as soon as we can, we're going to get these 3 off, and we're going to have our final determinations of winners. I think that settles it, though, on our team scoring. I'll go quickly back over to that scoreboard. I will remember to change it this time. But that kind of settles it. Sanguis Luna takes the first, Tree Hugger second, and Easy Street third. Very well done by everyone. I don't know. Oh, actually, before I say that, Nomi's and yeah, Nomi's could very easily or Rick Bosa, either teams here. Oh no, not Rick Bosa. I think just Nomi's. I think Nomi's is the one. If Gerbil comes out with the first, that puts him in third place. But he has to win this one in order to do that. We'll move back over
Good luck,
here.
Gerbo.
If he can come out with the first place here, I think that puts Nomi's into a third and gets them some prizes. Here we go. Should be off any second now. And they're off. Well done, Master Son again, taking it nice and slow. Gerbo starts in the lead. Dude 3D is nothing to scoff at. Coming up behind him. Through tricord. Up through roll pitch dive. Dude 3D is not making this easy on him. Oh, Dude 3D comes ahead. Gerbo comes back ahead. This is a tight race between these two pilots.
Gerbo typically brakes really hard here. We'll see if Dude 3D.
Oh, can't quite make the overtake. It was a little bit
Oh,
dangerous.
no. Send him a little bit high. Gerbo's still got the lead coming into Ford Bolthawks. Dude 3D's got more speed. Oh, he has to brake really hard.
Oh, can he make the overtake?
He's trying to make the outside. Oh, no! He went for an outside pass there at Ford Bolthawks, and Gerbo maintained his inside line there and stayed safe. Nice try to Dude, though, for trying to make that happen. That's a super risky overtake there.
Oh yeah, that and you know what? Yeah, massive applause to him for that. That's terrifying to try to pull off, but he's got to do it.
Oh, Gerbo makes it looks like Gerbo made a collision there, but is okay, or maybe that was some desync.
Looks like maybe a little desync. Comes up and around. Well done, Gerbo. I think if he continues this alive and doesn't get a DNF, caster cursing him here, then
again
he's going to take a third place for Nomi's and put some prizes for them and
yeah, I mean,
push Easy Street away.
Yeah, that's again showing the veteran racer sort of chops that Gerbo has, both ground and ship racing.
Well done.
Staying consistent.
Gerbo.
Well done, Gerbo.
All right, we're gonna try to really quickly get this final top 8 lineup through. I think we lost Master Son, or who I don't remember who the third one was there. But Sacris is gonna line up the top 8 now. And we're going to get to finally see. So let's go. So this is the final standings of points. Sanguis Luna with, I wouldn't call that a commanding first, but a well done first. Tree Huggers with the commanding second place, however. They were tight behind Sanguis Luna. And those two coming into this, those were the two I expected to be competing back and forth for that top spot. But Nomi's with 1 point edges out Easy Street, and they claim a prize. So really well done by Gerbo there to claim a prize for his teammate. Gerbo will be in the top 8 as well. He might have been, he would have had 22 points. So if he DNF'd, he would not. That also secures him a spot in the top 8 for this final race here. They're starting to line up. They're trying to go as quick as they can. We have competing in this one. Oh, they barely get edged out. iMonster and Kelsar only 1 or 2 points away from being able to have a chance at these prizes. That's really too bad for those two. But if we look at the top of the standings, I think the favorites are pretty obvious. Boltalk, Fresh, Billboy, Jacket, and any 4 of those I think can win this. This is for all the money. This is the big prizes. This is the first place prize is a Razor LTI. What's our second place prize? Do you have it there, Kale?
I don't have it pulled up. I believe it's the the X1s.
The X1s.
For second and third.
Right, very well done. Let's see. And what was our third place? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I mean for the actual top 8. What were our prizes? Let's see if I can quickly move over to them again. Got them here somewhere. It's probably it's been maybe a little bit buried with everything that's been going on lately.
It has been. I've honestly lost track of it.
Oh, yeah. So our first place prize is a Razor LTI pledge. Whoever wins this race is going to take that one home. Second place prize, a Base Fury 120-month prize. And the third place prize is a Hosanna paint pack. So, and these are all pledges. So if they're not a ship that you really like and you end up winning them,
you can melt these. Yep.
You can still melt them. Unlike when it is a CIG sponsored prize, it is account locked and you cannot do that. All right. We have our Pilots lining up right now. They look. I think they're backwards.
Maybe Sacratus is doing that on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. I just need. I think as long as we're just lined up and we're ready to go, I'm happy. Just
Yeah,
we'll
this is a potentially a 7 lap race. I don't think we're going to see 7 laps. I think we'll have DNFs before that. But if first place has a commanding lead and someone's really limping, we might call it early. We'll see. I don't think it'll come to that. But
yeah. What will happen here is as soon as the person in front crosses the finish line, the person in the back will be eliminated. So
last place is eliminated at the end of each lap completed by the leader. So
yeah, really want to do well. If you're in the back, you need to make some overtakes. That means, oh, I think what it is Sacratus just lined up everyone as they came, like
okay,
and I
got
think
it.
and that makes
Got it.
sense.
That's fine with
just
me.
get them in there and get them ready.
Yeah. That 20 minutes that was going to be our buffer time, but thankfully we only had 16 races. If we had more than that, it would have reduced to 4 rounds of heats and maybe not even all of that to get this final
Just
race
waiting
going.
for Billboy. Billboy is in this top 8. Just waiting for him to come line up. Maybe he can get here
And
soon.
where is Billboy?
He might be recovering from an explosion of some type, or getting repairs. He's probably getting repairs. Don't see his name.
I don't have a party marker for Billboy anymore.
Oh, Billboy had to go. Okay, then we're just gonna get going. iMonster actually gets a chance then. Congratulations to iMonster. It's too bad for Billboy. He doesn't get to compete in this final. I really thought that he'd have a chance at winning this one. But
Absolutely. Sorry about that, Billboy.
lucky for iMonster means he gets an opportunity here. I think that probably means our 9 through 16th will be a very quick race of only a few pilots, maybe 3, which is perfectly okay. But this right here, this is for all the marbles. As soon as we can get going, as Sacratus feels ready, he's going to send them off. I'm very excited to see who comes out on top on this one.
Looks like he might be just inching them around a little bit.
All right. And just as the sun is coming down, too.
This is going to be tight. However, the track is, by design, oriented primarily north-south so that the sun doesn't come into effect, except for the first and last turns. So we'll see if that helps these racers today. I hope it does, because it is brutal during sunset here, especially with a storm.
I got to give you huge props on the track design of this one, Kayla Star. I think... oh, here we go. We're started. And they start. Deku's well in the lead. Right now, iMonster in the back. So I think that one of the big things you want to watch, you want to look for DNFs. You want to look at who's in the back, because that is the next person eliminated. Deku. Oh, Jacqueline and Ricky.
Oh, no, Jacqueline and Ricky Tiki and
Monster.
Monster.
And Steve. Oh, no. All right, well, that means 4 laps will be completed without any eliminations. It is all about survival right now. Gerbo is sitting right behind. See, you were talking about those veteran racer chops. Man, it is scary when you're around those other racers. That is too bad for those 2 or those
Fresh
4.
has come out first through 4 Boltocs. Boltok on the outside passes Deku. DNFs.
Runs into a tree.
Boltok gets the over. Oh, no, he doesn't. Fresh maintains it. They're fighting right here at the entry to Evergreen Rush.
Oh, man.
Boltok nick behind Fresh. God, they are so close to each other.
This is going to be a back-and-forth fight for 7 laps, I think. I think we're going to watch them fly. Oh, Boltok misses it a little wide, but he still makes the limit.
No.
He's okay.
He goes back to fly it. It's more important for him to fly that limit.
Oh, that means Fresh is way in the lead. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye here on Fresh, but maybe look a little bit back to Boltok. So this is our 1, 2, 3.
The line. Yep.
So congratulations to these 3. They all have won prizes. But Gerbo may potentially take a 3rd place prize unless he can make a pass on Boltok in the next few laps. So that's lap 1 completed. No eliminations because we've had so many explosions.
Fresh and Boltok there crossing each other at the crisscross between Roll Pitch Dive and Tricord.
Fresh is already coming through again, starting his next. He's worked on his next lap. Gerbo now, to my mind, is in a battle of survival. He is probably just thinking one of these 2. Like Boltok may boom while he tries to catch up to Fresh, and Gerbo could take a 2nd place, maybe even a 1st if they both explode, because you got to fly pretty hard.
Yeah, Fresh has got a commanding lead here with Boltok doing the gentlemanly thing and reflying that limit after he got knocked off the track there.
Huge props.
Didn't look like there was a collision with Boltok. It looked like he just pushed a little high, maybe to preserve himself. with him and Fresh so tight through blind entry, but he went back to refly it, and that did cost him a lot.
Fresh finishes lap 2. Still no eliminations. I think we have a very clear separation here of who's where, and this is a battle of survival now for everyone. You do not want to explode. You are, if you're Bulltalk, you know you might be putting on the jets a little bit to try to speed yourself up.
They cross each other again at the same place, coming out of roll pitch dive and through tricord.
So that means they're about even on their speed so far. Gerbo's still alive.
Fresh taking a much slower line there through four Bulltalks, obviously feeling the being in later in the race, he knows he needs to preserve himself.
Yeah, the sun is not getting any higher. That is right, Saber. This is going to be tight. Fresh still looks good. Still looks alive. I will keep an eye on Fresh. Kale, if you can keep an eye on Bulltalk and let me know anything that happens here.
Sure.
Yeah, Fresh Bulltalk is about to complete.
Screaming through Evergreen Rush here.
This is lap 2. Going into lap 3 now. Goes both the Fresh passes Gerbo in the crisscross. That's all. He may lap Gerbo if he keeps this up, but that's okay for Gerbo. He doesn't really care. He's just really at this point praying for a collision. Oh,
guys keep crossing each other. He's just not making any ground on Bulltalk there, which just shows the experience of Bulltalk.
I gotta say, there's enough laps here. If they maintain that same separation, there is a pretty there's a non-zero chance that Fresh and Bulltalk collide with each other in that section and provide Gerbo with a win here. And Fresh is
Fresh is about to lap. It's about to overtake here.
Correct me if
and he
I'm
does
wrong.
Through blind entry. God, he
think
screamed through there.
He's coming into lap 4, so this is finishing his 3rd lap. He's coming into lap 4. How's Bulltalk looking in behind?
He's looking good. He's at Nino's hook now. It looks like Fresh has pulled away a little bit. I don't know if Bulltalk maybe had some damage to his ship or had to do some sort of emergency braking, but it does look like they've separated a little bit. We'll see right here is that usually the crossover happens at the same spot here.
Oh, that's a little time gain by Bulltalk.
A little time gain by Bulltalk for sure. Looks like Bulltalk is also going to overtake Gerbo here. And unfortunately, it does look like our second set of finals is going to take place after sunset, which is, we apologize for that. Bulltalk respecting Gerbo there, makes the overtake. And down into 4 Bulltalks. He is making up time on Fresh, though. Fresh, I wasn't watching, does look like he slowed down quite a bit. Bulltalk got a really good line through 4 Bulltalks there.
Yeah, Fresh is definitely aiming for a smooth lap here. And that's exactly what I would do if I were him. You don't need to push until you know Bulltalk is getting a lot closer. Quite often during these longer events, I don't believe there's anyone with them today, but quite often someone will have a racing engineer. So they'll have someone in their ear who floats above the track and watches how things are going, especially these longer, more endurance-type races, so that they can give you updates on how things are going. I think that's Fresh finishing lap 4, going into lap 5. So once he finishes this lap, I believe Gerbo will be eliminated right after this lap. No, sorry. Not this lap, but the next lap, sorry.
Looks like no gain in time there from Bulltalk and Fresh.
Gerbo's gone. Gerbo has exploded.
Oh, no. Okay, so that automatically, it is down to these 2 guys down to the very last lap.
It's 3rd. I think there's still, as if he's on lap 5, so he has 2 laps after this still that he needs to complete safely and ahead in order to pull this win out, which is a lot easier said than done.
Bulltalk appears to have the faster line through Evergreen Rush, but Fresh appears to make that distance back up at some other point in the track. I'm not able to really pinpoint where that is, but it does look like the gap has opened up a bit there between Fresh and Bulltalk a little more.
And the sun is just moving over the horizon, so it's getting even darker now. So Fresh has to finish 2 more laps, almost in the dark. And this track is terrifying in the dark. Yeah, there's no time gain anymore. They're still the same separation. But they've got to be very, very scared. Master Sun says, we add one every lap, 13 Bulltalks before the race is over. Yeah, that is true. And Fresh is still alive. He's still keeping it safe. So he's got 1 lap after this. If he can finish this final lap in the dark, which I've said it a few times, I'll say it again, is absolutely terrifying at speed. He'd slow it down a little bit because he's got a good gap, but Boltok is very, very fast. If Boltok is taking his line safe, you've got to be scared if you're fresh. Comes up through.
Absolutely. It does appear that Boltok has made up a little bit of time from the previous lap. So we are on lap 6, correct? This will be the final lap?
Yeah, this is the final lap, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in chat, but this is most likely the final lap, and I think we'll just say it's the final lap anyways. It is pitch black. Wow, I can't even see these pilots anymore on there. I don't know how Fresh is seeing where he's going. I wonder if he has turned on his
reshade here
in order to see better. I know I would if I were him. Otherwise, it's impossible to see. Still just a little bit of daylight, so you can still just make out stuff. Oh, man. Here he goes. Around. Well done, Fresh. Just a few more turns. He's going to secure a win for himself and for Sanguis
Boltok has closed the gap.
Has he? How close is he?
I don't think he's in chance to overtake here unless if Fresh makes a mistake, but he gained a substantial amount of distance there. And
there it is in the darkness. Wow, you can't even see it. Fresh finishes it out. Huge congratulations. Boltok is not that far behind. For how long that race was and for how much distance Fresh gained at the start of that race, he was very close behind. I applaud everyone who competed. Applaud Boltok. Applaud Fresh.
Yeah, that was great.
Incredible racing by everyone. Our 9 through 16th, if they would like to compete, we could have them go.
Yeah, we're really sorry about that. Our delay today caused your time to get shrunk here.
So let's move over now to the top 8 here. Let's see, we had a first from Fresh. We had a second from Boltok. We had a third from Gerbo. We'll say Billboy at an 8. Where was Jacqueline? Did Jacqueline explode right away too?
I believe so. I believe there was a collision between 3 or 4 right away.
There was. We may have to go back to that. It is just pitch black. You cannot see anything. I will let our team. I'll let Sacratus sort out how that final went about. Are they lining up? They might.
If they want to fly it, I'll absolutely humor them.
Oh, I think they're gonna fly it. I think there's only 3 of them, but I'll transition back over. I think they're gonna fly it. Wow. I applaud them. This is for AUEC prizes. So it's only going to be a 2-lap race actually, because there only needs to be 2 eliminations. Luckily for them, even though it's the middle of the night. I don't think my ship even puts out enough light. I even see. Yeah. I have my reshade, right? Let me see if we can see a little bit better here. There we
Not
go.
really.
It's a little bit. Connor is a bright spot on this stream with that reshade on. Let's see, maybe we can get a better one. How's that one? Oh, that one's pretty good. Yeah, we'll go to that one. There we go. It's a nice look. See, if you have a decent...
if you zoom into it, might help a little bit.
Yeah, if you have a decent reshade profile, you can see fairly well. All right, they're lining up. I think they're gonna try. I ballsy, and I love it. I'm so happy to see that they're gonna go for this. We'll just check with our officials if we've got the final results for the top 8 as far as below the top 3. And look at our security coming along for a nice little flyby. Thank you, Herbert. Well done, guys. Huge applause to our security for today. They kept this whole race alive and safe the whole time with no interruptions. So I'm very, very grateful for that. Jacqueline had a collision with Ricky in turn 1. Ooh, so he was part of that initial group that went down.
I do have it recorded. I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, we'll take a look. I'm sure Sacratus While he was doing the timing, also kept track as people DNF'd. Trying to remember who was in that 4th position. Gerbo was in 3rd. Who made it through those booms and got 4th?
I honestly don't remember. I'll have to go back and look.
It's kind of a 4-way tie for.
And they're off.
Oh, here we go. For 8, 7, 6, and 5. They're off. Kelsar starts in the lead. Man, they are bright on my reshade. I love it. They're all these specks of lights. This is terrifying. I don't know how they're pulling this. I wouldn't do this. There you go.
Oh, Connor missed the track limit there.
Connor lost
That's
it
okay.
again. That's okay. We'll let it be.
And this is a meme at this point. It is so unbelievably dark.
Golbosa goes in the front. Look at them lighting up their way. Oh, it's a tight group, though. It's a very tight group.
Connor with the overtake.
Yeah, wow, look at...
Oh no, Connor DNF's entry to 4 Boltox.
So it's between Golbosa and Kelsar. They are competing for several million in AUEC. Oh, Deku survived. Thank you, Jakuden. So Deku got the 4th place. Really well done, Deku. That is a great job.
A great job overall today.
By everyone, by all the pilots today. Golbosa's still alive. He's showing off for his Russian org. Kelsar trying to make Nomi's proud in the back here. He goes. Oh, I thought he might have boomed. So
and this will only be a 2-lap race here, so Kelsar's got 1 shot here to catch Golbosa.
Kelsar will need to fly hard to catch him, or he really has 2 options here. Option 1 is to fly hard, try to catch up.
Oh, it looks like he
completely missed Crunchy Floor.
He cut Crunchy Floor. Oh no, Kelsar.
Didn't even know Crunchy Floor.
That's okay. So that's a. So he's gonna go back and fly it now. So he's got to count on a DNF from Golbosa to get 1st place, or it's gonna be Golbosa here eliminating Kelsar.
Correct.
Thank you for catching that, Kelsar.
Or
for reflying that.
For tail strike. Oh, Kelsar must be getting lost right now. Golbosa finish this off. Can he finish strong? Take a nice 9th place in the total race, but good 1st place in this final race here.
Nice and slow, respecting that entry into Evergreen Rush. Nice smooth line in between the rocks there.
These are, as much as these racers aren't fighting in the top 8, this is the most impressive lap I've seen all day.
Oh, this is insane. I can't imagine flying this right now. This track is absolutely terrifying at night.
I've tried it, and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. I can't even tell if he's making the limits.
He is.
I think he is.
And he is making the limits. And right now, it looks like if he completes this and gets through the start-finish, that's going to be Golbosa 1st place. Well done.
Congrats, Golbosa. I applaud you like 10 times over for going for that. That was an incredible race. There's Kelsar.
Got Kelsar. Yep. Looks like he's coming.
I think he wants to finish, which I can appreciate that. He wants to
coming
have
past. Almost done here.
Go. Well, we got our security doing some more flybys. Thank you to all the security who came out. You guys are the unsung heroes of these events.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Beautiful.
That was great. Okay.
Well done, Kelsar. That was those two finishing 2 laps in the dark. I have to say is the most impressive flying of the entire night. That was just wonderful. All right, so before we go to our final points and we get to see who won, I'm going to add all the names to my wheel. Let's see, we have Bolt Talk, we have Fresh, we have Bill Boy, we have Jack Odin, we have Gerbo, Steve CC, Ricky Ticky, Dekudez, iMonster, Kelsar, Golbosa, Dude 3D, Connor, and Master Son. Appreciate you all for coming out, and we will spin this wheel to see who gets to win the Gamma prize, the actual little prize. I like to give everyone an equal opportunity here, but just between you and me, chat, I kind of hope none of Fresh, uh, Gerbo, or
Yeah,
Boltok win this one. But
they're already getting prizes.
we leave it to the wheel. It is up to the wheel, and that is the result. If they decide to give it to someone else, that is on them. But it's always up to the wheel. Yeah, Monocle. We had I think 400 USD total in prizes, so it was really really great. Lots of good sponsorships. Like there's a few members in Sanguis Luna who put up pledges of their own. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, every participant has a shot, Masterson. Here we go. All right, spin the wheel. Here we go. Who's it gonna be? Oh, no. Billboy! Are
Who
you
got it?
kidding me? Billboy wins 2 today. Oh, he got
Nice,
both wheel
nice,
spins. That's
nice.
just hilarious. Yeah, rigged. Sorry, I'm sorry, everyone. But we leave it to the wheel. That's such is life. We leave it to the RNG. That's too funny. All right, well, let's see if we can get our final results here. Do we have them in our top 8? Not quite yet. We had Decudas at 4, and we had Jack Odin, a tie in the rest of them. I think that gets it correct. Yeah,
We should get some people, get some pilots in the channel. Let's get Boltok, our points winner, in here.
yeah.
I'll drag him down
Okay,
and
good.
let's talk. Let's find out what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, hang on. I'm going to just make sure we get the 9 through 16 results correct. Kelsar was at 2. Bosa gets the win. Was it? Who was it that had third place there? Was that iMonster? I think. Can we bring one of our contestants in for an
We've got
interview
Boltok
here?
in here.
Oh,
Yep,
oh,
we got
Boltok's in
Boltok
here
in
now.
here.
Oh, hey, bonjour, Boltok. Comment ça va?
Bien et vous?
Très bien. You did great today. You came out with a win in the heats. Unfortunately, you couldn't pull it off in the finals, but you still got a second place. How'd you feel about how you did today?
C'était super stressant au niveau des hits parce que je me suis pas pris un arbre, donc je me suis dit je vais me prendre les arbres à la finale, mais ça s'est pas passé comme ça.
Yeah,
Et j'ai raté une porte.
très bien. Yeah. So as I'll do a little translation. Basically, he was quite nervous, but made sure, especially in certain parts of the track where it's scary, but he just made sure to stay consistent and come out with a good result in the end. Yeah.
And did
Sorry?
you enjoy the track, Boltok? Was it a pain in the ass? Was it too difficult, or how did you feel about the actual racing on the track? How was it?
Oui, c'est une carte très difficile parce que il faut rester très près du sol, donc on a vite dépassé les limites. Et là, comme on a vu, avec la luminosité qui baissait, c'est à cause de ça aussi que j'ai raté l'arbre que vous avez vu. Du coup, après, je pouvais plus rattraper Fresh.
Hey, he said with how low it was to the ground and how fast everything was, it was very tight racing and very scary, very easy to run into any of the trees. Yeah, you did très bien, Botak. Je suis
Merci.
vraiment fier que ce que vous avez fini avec.
Merci à vous.
Okay, let's see. All right, let's see if we can get our final race winner, Fresh, in here if he's available to interview.
Fresh, what did you think? How was the track? How did it feel? What was it like to race on it finally?
Um, yeah, it's a hard track, but when you have it's very hard.
Yeah, how'd you?
How did
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, how did you feel about that lap with Billboy, where you both made inside overtakes on each other successfully up until the point where I think you might have collided a little bit. How did that feel? Were you intending to make an overtake, or did you just see a gap and said, "Oh, I have to take it"?
No, to be honest, I actually don't remember that part. It's just
Okay.
it just goes so fast, and I try to take whatever gaps I get.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that heat. I don't remember what heat that was. I think it was in heat 4. that overtake that you took, I don't know if you're aware of just how impactful that was. It was such a close, fun race to watch, but that overtake to take the first place over Decudez at the end essentially locked Sanguis Luna as a team in for first place. That it was basically perfect timing, perfect result, perfect decision making. I'm surprised you didn't realize all of what was going on around it, but I can understand. You're a racer, you just focused on your time, just focused on finishing as you could. But it really was today. I think that was what I would say that was the biggest moment of the whole race.
Yeah, I remember the Vegas overtake, and yeah, I was a bit behind, and I knew I had to wait to get to a section where I could actually overtake.
Yeah, no, you did great. Do you remember? Did you save up a bunch of boosts coming up to that overtake?
Yeah, I did. I knew I had the possibility of overtaking there, so I saved up.
Yeah, that was great. Okay.
Yeah, congrats, Rex. That was fantastic. Racing, really exciting to watch too. I'm gonna go ahead and get Gerbo in here and get his thoughts. Gerbo, how was it? How'd that feel? How was the track? How did it treat you?
I love this track. I love all the proximity threat ones. Going back to ship racing from doing Daymar for like 2 months and going 30 meters per second as a
Sure.
that is a wild experience. So just trying to stay alive, and that the finals, I kind of figured that first turn was going to be really detrimental. So I just took it really wide, and then you're just kind of at the discretion of whoever's on the inside line. So
Sure.
it worked out.
Sure. Yeah, Dirk and I commented about just sort of your racing chops being ground and ship. Just sort of the experience showed how you took turns, where you braked, where you sort of took caution to stay alive, and then obviously preserve yourself, like you said in that first turn. That definitely showed out there on the track.
Yeah, that's something that just shows up from doing like really long races. Again, like Daymar, where you're racing for 6 hours. Like staying
Absolutely.
alive is more important than anything else, and especially in these like the heat races, the point totals. If you can't be dying every heat.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming out and participating, Gerbo. That was great to have a vet on the track, and just generally more competition out there to strengthen the grid. That was great.
Yeah, awesome event, guys. It was a lot of fun, and I'll be back for another one. Is the next one Crusader or Hurston? Or
No, it's going to be in Pyro. It's going to be in Pyro,
Ooh.
so it's going to be a wait till I'm hoping maybe this summer, maybe TM soon. Up to CIG, but it'll be in Pyro for sure. There won't be another one in Stanton this year, at least.
All right. Well, thank you for having it, and I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Gerbo. All right, thank you everyone for watching. I will cut briefly to a short commercial here. I forgot to update part of my thing to say it was in the finals. We were trying to go through everything so fast at the end there that missed a bit on the broadcast. But I'll cut to some commercials that we have and finish this out. And I want to thank everyone for coming to watch. It's great, and I really appreciate everyone that came out and supported us.
We do a podium shot here. Get Fresh, Boltok, and Gerbo. If Gerbo's still here for a podium shot.
Oh yeah, do we still have? Oh yeah, we still have Gerbo. We got Fresh, Boltok, and Gerbo right here. They want to line up somewhere. I set up these commercials, so I want to show them for everyone, but spent so much time figuring it out, so I want to show off a few. We have the wonderful commercial from Connor that he put together that's going to be in there, so we'll watch that to finish it out and before we end their stream. Right after.
And thanks to Connor for subbing in for speed. Appreciate that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, jeez. Just blinded everything. I don't know if people can. It's kind of tough to see. You guys got to come into the light here. Yeah, it just blinds everyone. Oh, here we go. Boltok, Gerbo. Oh my goodness, I can't see anything. Okay, well we're gonna change it over. Thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate
thank
it,
you.
And we hope to see you guys at the next event.
Pilot and machine. A relationship that has been cultivated since humanity first reached for the stars. In the 9 centuries since, there's never been a freer being than a pilot behind the controls of their ship, pushing the envelope of what flesh and steel can achieve, together. No matter what you fly, or how new your wings are, freedom is yours for the taking.